This time on Airshow,
Rocket, man.
Stefan gets a second chance.
He is about to begin.
Whoa.
Oh, crap.
3 strikes, you're out.
Pete's back on track,
It's like a drug you just want more of.
but high winds
Oh, I knew it.
battle the air racer. And a surprise guest
Who's that?
becomes Donna's nightmare.
There's a guy standing in the middle of the runway.
You see the dude on the runway?
Mama said he'd never make it. That spirit, no tears to cry. Too young, too dumb to listen. Cold courage strapped in a trunk. Sun sky, wax and sage. Smoke clears now roll away. Icarus the Greek must fly today. Must fly today.
8 miles east, 1,000.
The flying circus is heading west.
Golf, Kilo India, X-ray, inbound to landing.
For the busiest weekend of the season.
We have an air show in 2 separate locations on one weekend in a large metropolitan city. We got Carol and Marcus with their wing walking act.
Hey, we're up with you, John and Dave.
We got me and John with our team act.
Roger, cleared to land runway 2.
Stefan's gonna get his second shot at his first air show.
On Bay Tower, Steerman 65263, runway 25.
Performers touch down near Vancouver, British Columbia to begin a marathon day.
Well, hello, hello, hello.
How do?
Airport 1 hold short.
Today, they'll have to complete 2 practices.
There's airplanes landing and taking off all over the place. That's a huge challenge logistically.
After a morning practice at the first show site, Boundary Bay Airfield, the teams will travel 25 miles for an afternoon rehearsal at the second show site, Pitt Meadows Airport.
It's kind of like pulling a double shift, except I'm not allowed to get tired during my double shift because that could result in untimely demise.
Yo, it's a busy day. It's a very busy day.
Thanks, Vic.
Air Boss team Ray Furcus and Donna Flynn
It's not raining, so I'm happy.
will tag team today's practices.
I got a couple questions for you.
But already, Ray has a problem.
Terminal is pulling up the altitude, so there has been no provision for the air show at this point in time.
We're right next door to the second busiest airport in all of Canada. Their airspace is above our airspace.
This is awful. They like to throw aircraft right over top of our head.
What time is it?
It's 9.
Have we started flying yet?
No.
No, not the way I wanted to start. I mean, I want to get going, and this is not good.
We're basically on a hold. We're not accomplishing anything at this point in time other than frustrated.
It's too early this morning for this.
An air show pilot turned air racer is back in the game. Pete Mloud is gunning for his first victory in the Formula One of aviation, the Red Bull Air Races.
Looks like Pete Mloud is next to go.
The drive to win for me, it's addictive. It's like a drug that you just want more of.
For the last 3 years, the world's youngest air racer has been paying the bills, flying air shows.
He's gonna roll it upside down.
Because the race circuit temporarily shut down. Pete's next battle is about to begin.
See a squadron of Red Bull. There's Pete there, the 3rd one in the group.
Outside London, England, at a world-famous horse track.
The next race is Ascot. It's the start of a stadium series of the races.
Hello, Pete, just touching down.
Flying against 11 of the top racers in the world, Pete marked his return with his first podium finish.
Third place finish. I couldn't ask for a better way to start the season.
We'll have a quick peek, and we'll get the blower back on.
Pete's plane, an Edge 540, must be inspected before this morning's first practice flight.
A mechanical failure, if that's in the back of your mind, there's no way you're going to push that piece of equipment to the edge.
Wow. I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, that's new, Dave. That's happened on this landing right here.
Landing on the bumpy horse track hammered the tail wheel into the rudder.
When you're landing or something, it hits up, the tail wheel hits up in the bottom of the rudder.
This is big, Pete.
I have to get in that airplane and I'm going to push it to the limit. And I have to know that it's ready to go.
Pete's mechanic, Pat Phillips, gets to work.
Do you have a timeline on this?
Well,
because we're supposed to be in the air at 12:30.
are you?
If the plane isn't ready in 45 minutes,
I didn't have the time to change this.
Pete will miss his practice.
If you don't make your start time, you don't get to race.
At the Airshow practice near Vancouver,
We're way behind schedule.
performers have been in a holding pattern for nearly an hour.
No, impressive is not a word I'd use.
Carol, Marcus, and the rest have to fly the first of 2 practices at different airfields today.
We got to cut off time. We got to get the practices done, and that's it.
Air boss Ray Furcus arranged for the airspace months ago.
We are late, guys. Let's go.
But the airline traffic is still interfering with his airshow box.
It's Ray Furcus, the show boss, just looking to try and find out what the challenge is with getting the airspace. Okay, all right, thank you.
Finally,
We're up.
Ray gets control of his airspace.
Got it, Dave. The airspace is yours.
Get ready to go fly. Have some fun.
Okay, let's warm up. 2.5 cubic, come back into it. Go back into it.
As Dave and John rehearse their routine,
If for some reason you come and rescue us and you don't find a girl on the end of this, look for me, please. I'm somewhere.
Carol briefs the fire rescue team, her most important pre-flight ritual.
We have a unique routine in that we fly low, we fly slow, and so we are vulnerable to ending up on the runway unintentionally, i.e. crash. Clear!
Red Stearman, taxiing runway 25.
Marcus, the airspace is yours.
Carol and Marcus will practice a risky maneuver they haven't performed in years, the slow roll.
The airplane rolls around its longitudinal axis. Very few people do that in Stearmans because it's unnatural and it's too heavy, especially with the wing walker.
Once Carol is tied into the top wing, Marcus begins the roll.
It's dramatic as hell because there's a chick up there and this airplane slowly makes this roll.
But as Marcus brings the biplane around, there's trouble. Marcus and Carol are practicing a new maneuver when the engine quits momentarily.
If you didn't see it, you could sure hear it.
boss. Marcus, that was it. We are a wrap.
Marcus gets the steerman back on the ground.
That was good. The air was thick.
It was a hell of a good ride. Woke me up, got my freaking attention.
The steerman relies on gravity to keep fuel flowing from a tank in the wing to the motor. But if the biplane hangs upside down too long, the engine is starved and will quit.
When we regain that positive flow, we have a bang where the engine refires. And a puff of flame. All good. So it's dramatic as hell.
One down, one to go.
Looks like that's a wrap. Thank you very much.
Now, performers must launch to the next airfield 24 miles away
Windows 1608, you're clear to take off.
for the day's second practice. For Carol, it's a rare chance to take a simple joyride in her steerman.
Just did this all the way. It was like, yeah, this isn't for me.
She normally is riding on top of the wing. So, yeah, hello, sitting inside the cockpit is not very interesting. Oh well.
263 Tower. You should see the airport at about your 11 o'clock and 2 miles now.
Good copy. Left base for runway 18, Steerman 263.
At the second practice site, Air Boss Donna Flynn takes over.
Looking good. Touch wood.
First on deck, 25-year-old Stefan Trischuk.
I've got my brand new flight suit on. I want to look the part. I'm making sure I get every little drop of fuel because I'm a little bit paranoid right now.
Last weekend,
Oh, shoot, he's running out of gas.
en route to what was supposed to be his first air show,
Going down.
Stefan ran out of gas and was lucky to survive an emergency landing on a highway.
I'm going to be watching him really closely. It shook him up.
I'm a brand new guy, and they are evaluating me very closely. This is the weekend that everyone's gonna make up their mind whether they can trust me or not.
Donna, are you with me?
I am, Stefan. And I hear you got your clearance. The airspace is yours.
Just be aware the end of the box is taxiway Alpha. Pretty much if you're over
That area there, you've gone too far.
Stefan has to fly his routine inside the show box, an invisible boundary set up to protect the crowd.
All right, I'm coming in.
show bus sector starting now. Seem to be a little bit to the east and stuff, and you might want to slide it to the other end.
All right, thank you.
Whoa. I look up. Stefan's spilling out of the box. He busts the show line.
Was I out?
Yes.
In England, an unexpected repair has Pete's team scrambling.
What time is it?
It's 10 to 12.
You're in the air at 12:30?
If his plane isn't ready, the air racer will lose his practice slot.
This is always a critical day because it's the first day we get to see the track.
It's rough.
7 minutes until the plane should be ready to go. So, a little tight.
Okay, seatbelt's good.
That's the worst thing you can do, is just not get out on the track.
You a good cut here?
Yeah, I think we're just about done, Dave.
So you're flying.
With his plane back together just under the wire, Pete has to focus on flying. Pilots race 2 laps around a series of inflated pylons.
No entry speed for Bonham either.
Tracking Pete's every turn is his #1 fan, his father, David.
My dad taught me how to fly. All of the core flying abilities I have is from flying with my dad.
Okay, number 84, Mloud, you are clear to race.
My dad's a big help at the races. There's a lot of data analysis. There's work to be done.
He's a little bit behind.
After practice, father and son run the numbers.
So we're running about a second behind. A second in the race now is first place to 10th place. So it's really tight.
If they can't find a way to shave off time, Pete's shot at victory could slip through his fingers.
I need to be aggressive to win. That's what's at stake. It's winning or losing.
At the Airshow practice,
Seems to be a little bit to the east.
Stefan's routine is going sideways.
You might want to slide it to the other end.
Was they out?
Yeah.
Stefan busts the show line.
Air Boss Donna Flynn thinks the rookie has broken her #1 rule.
He's pushing this edge, so no. Move it over.
And he busts it again.
I've warned him now twice. 3 strikes, you're out.
Okay, I'm done.
Less than 24 hours before his first air show, Stefan has a target on his back.
He's not going to come near the end of the box tomorrow, or I will knock him off. Not on show day.
The next morning,
we're just scrambling to get ready to go here.
The first air show of the busy weekend is about to begin in Boundary Bay.
Update the wind at 19 knots, over.
It is windy. But right now it's blowing like hell. This will be a challenge. We may have to scrub it, I don't know. Hope not.
We welcome you here to Boundary Bay in this wonderful airport.
High winds threaten to push performers off their lines.
It's an on-crowd wind. It's going to push all these pilots and their aircraft over the crowd, and we can't have that.
Just be real careful with that wind today. Everybody's having quite a bit of problems with this on-crowd.
Yeah, we sort of briefed about the wind, so we'll do the best we can.
For their show line, these guys are going to have to push it out in order to try and make it happen.
And in the sky, the high winds threaten to push aircraft dangerously close together.
They get closer and closer and closer. They miss each other with inches to spare.
Even for veteran father-son team Bud and Ross Granley.
And around they go. Both airplanes now rolling around each other.
Flying as close as 10 feet apart.
That's number 3.
The high winds are a serious test.
We got about 22 knots on crowd here right now. Even the pros are having a hard time today.
I'm gonna be a little nervous, to tell you that. We're gonna just open our way up for the formation. I can't get tied to them. We're not Bud and Ross, not yet.
For Dave and his new partner John, it's only their 3rd performance together.
Now you've got 2 pilots who've hardly flown together who have to deal with this wind.
Release the brakes now. Let's hit it.
John Melby, Super Dave Matheson.
Winds are howling. I'm getting bounced around something fierce, just trying to stay on his wing.
It's dangerous with a 2-ship. We could hit each other.
Turn down 250. Here we go. Turn left now.
With the wind gusting over the airfield.
Ready, straight now.
One miscalculation
Give it to her.
could end in disaster.
Slow now.
high winds have bumped up the risk for a new aerobatic team.
It's dangerous. We're bouncing around. We could hit each other.
To compensate,
I'm going to go over to town.
Dave and John fly further apart and further away from the crowd.
And flip now. My head hurts. Flip now. This is awesome. All right, let's stop this nonsense. Flip it over. What's up, show boss? John, Dave, ready to land, 1-2.
Excellent, thanks guys. That looked great.
Good, thank you, sir.
It's a safe performance that thrills the fans.
It was a great show. I was really happy.
You are a rock star.
We're good.
Good. Good.
But for some,
How long have you been doing that with John?
it's unimpressive.
This is our third time or second time? Third
Okay.
time. We're very, very new at it.
I don't mean to be critical or anything, but it's not very dramatic for people at center stage.
We're not trying to be dramatic yet.
I found it kind of ironic from someone who stands on an airplane and waves.
Well, so I'm kind of telling you, I think you could bump it up, you know?
Oh, we will.
She's not an aerobatic pilot, so I just sit and nod and smile at Carol.
Just do what you gotta do, right?
Yep.
With the wind still gusting,
How's the wind? Brutal.
the greenest pilot on the circuit is about to make his Airshow debut.
This feels like the first day of the rest of my life.
Go ahead, Stefan.
At yesterday's practice,
Whoa.
Stefan was repeatedly warned
He's pushing this edge. Move it over.
for flying outside the box.
You did it once, and I warned you, and then you did it again. I was really being kind. Just ignore where the crowd is and just fly the box. Fly the box.
If I get knocked off today, everyone's going to realize they can't trust me. They're going to make up their minds. They're going to write me off. This is going to wreck my reputation.
Worst thing that can happen with him is the air boss can knock him off and say, land.
Stefan, come on, let's go. Run, run.
As a new airshow pilot, that's the last thing you want.
Dude, rocket, man.
I can't screw this one up.
This is the biggest show of his life.
Well, right now, it's blowing like hell. Cross our fingers.
This is Kilo India X-ray. Stefan, I am ready whenever you are.
Stefan, the airspace is yours.
Stefan Trischuk, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm thinking, yeah, finally, I'm going to fly my first air show. Let's do this.
He is about to begin his airshow career here at Boundary Bay.
For the first time, Stefan has an audience.
That's where he's gonna blow.
Yeah.
And his airshow mentors watching his every move,
It's got 30 degrees on the wind there.
including the man who gave him his airshow license.
There it is, smoke's on.
You can see he's got a heck of an on-crowd wind. You can really see with the smoke how much is pushing it over.
With the wind pushing Stefan towards the crowd, the new pilot is taking a risk, flying as close to the audience as allowed, the 500-foot show line. But if he flies further away on the 1,000-foot show line, he won't look as impressive.
Why is he aiming way over here? He should be even farther out than that. Oh, crap. There's a freaking line.
In England, Pete Mloud arrives at Ascot like a rock star.
It's an exciting lifestyle. We travel the world, we fly fast, and we have a lot of fun. I'm a kid from small town northern Canada. I mean, I couldn't imagine this in my wildest dreams.
Oh, this is looking impressive.
The legendary thoroughbred track has been transformed into a spectacular battleground.
He's very close to Doldra. 2 tenths to find out.
Today, Pete will have to fly faster than ever to clinch top position for tomorrow's final race.
Qualifying day isn't just a day that we show up and think we're just going for a little more practice. It's game day.
If Pete finishes first, he'll get to fly in the coveted last position tomorrow.
We gotta watch to see what people are doing.
After mediocre training runs,
More than 3/4 of the way down, then he came right up to the gate.
Pete and his dad David talked strategy.
We identified 5 or 6 areas where, we think that Pete can pick up some time.
But push too hard, and Pete knows he'll pay a price. Aggressive flying cost him 2 races this season.
Over G. Pete, climb up. That's a DNF, I'm afraid.
First, a penalty for breaking the maximum 10G rule in Poland. And in Malaysia,
Knock it off, knock it off, knock it off.
Pete exceeded the 200-mile-an-hour starting speed limit.
Come on. Poison speed.
201. Pete's going to be trying to pull fairly early into the pull-up gate. He's going to have to watch he doesn't get caught on that, but he's going to see what he can get away with.
After some of the top racers lay down impressive times,
Another great performance.
Pete launches.
84 McLeod, you are clear to race.
Good race, 84.
Well, watched on very carefully by his father, David McLeod, is the youngest of all the air race pilots. He oozes confidence, and when he's on his A game, the youngster really can put the cat amongst the pigeons.
He's got to be careful. They're calling lots of stuff.
Pete's halfway through the course and still penalty-free.
Just under 0.3 of a second, the right side of the clock for Canada's Pete Mloud. But can he pull it out? As he heads for the 12th and final gate to take the lead.
Yes, yes.
84 McLeod, 1 minute 10.698 seconds, no penalties.
Pete Mloud goes into top position and sets a new track record.
It's the fastest qualifying time of the day,
Great run.
putting Pete into the coveted pole position for tomorrow's race.
I ran max power, cut the corners, took a lot of risk, didn't get any penalties, and it paid off. Qualifying first is a huge advantage because I get to be the last to fly. I can adjust my strategy if need be.
And once again, Pete gets the rock star treatment.
Thank you. Hey, thank you. Hey, yeah, thank you.
It's a proud moment for the circuit's youngest racer and his #1 fan.
Thank you. Good luck.
Excellent, yeah. All right, enjoy the day tomorrow.
At the air show, the pressure's on.
First show on the most windiest day of the year.
Stefan's battling a stiff crosswind.
Getting closer.
Oh, crap. There's a freaking line.
With his on-crowd wind, he's coming remarkably close to that 500-foot shoreline.
I'm getting blown by the winds. But I realized, if I can't handle this wind, I'm not good enough to fly an air show.
As he pulls up into a hammerhead, Stefan makes a critical call.
Attaboy. That is gorgeous.
And flies his pit special further out, resisting the urge to get closer to the crowd.
That's a pro move. That's perfect. Yeah, good job. Stefan Trishuk, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause.
There was a couple times he got close to the edge of the box, but hey, he did his job. It was great.
finally you've got the one air show out of the way, and that's the biggest show of your life.
After everything I've been through, all the hurdles I've had to overcome, the dream is finally coming true.
Good job.
One time they came over here. And you were back over there.
It's his first air show. He didn't screw it up. Proud of the kid. Yep. It's good.
Thanks, bud.
Awesome, dude.
Proud of you, man. Proud of you. You did good.
What do you think it is? But the celebration is short-lived.
The steerman won't move. They pushed out and brake stopped.
The next act is in trouble
Careful when we pull it off because all the parts are going to come tumbling out.
when the right wheel on Carol's Stearman locks up.
The brake is absolutely seized. What is going on, you little baby? Probably about the worst thing that can happen. Sort of a wing falling off. Damn it. Damn it.
A seized brake has Carol and Marcus sidelined.
The brake is absolutely seized. It's beyond moving.
If they can't get her fixed, they're not going to be able to fly.
It's filthy as hell.
I don't think that's the reason.
This dirt could be causing it, man.
I don't know.
There was nothing super obvious. You could say, oh, this is the problem. Here you go. That's a brand new brake pad. It was like it was dirty, but dirty usually doesn't cause that kind of grabbing.
If it's not this, then there's something in the hydraulics that is failing.
But Carol and Marcus won't find out if it will lock up again.
Let's get this back on as soon as we can. I'm really nervous about this. Very nervous.
Until takeoff and landing.
On the last pass, once you're finished, get in the bucket, belt in. Okay?
If that brake grabs, it'll ground loop the airplane. It'll be catastrophic, tear the airplane apart, not survive the accident type deal.
Ready?
Yes.
Clear.
Clear.
Marcus, this airbot, the airspace is yours.
Good copy, boss. We're ready to rock and roll.
After a safe takeoff,
Marcus kicks the airplane.
the routine begins.
Up she goes. Straight up to the top. Kicks it over in the hammerhead. And now watch as Marcus Payne dives in to build up that airspeed.
The team sets up for their risky new maneuver, the slow roll.
Up he goes. Pitches up and around he goes. All the way around. OMG! Get your hand in the air and give her a huge wave. Carol Ploud, ladies and gentlemen.
Look great.
Cool. That's about it.
But Carol and Marcus brace themselves for what could be the most dangerous moment of the flight.
If a brake grabs, that will turn into a somersault. I'm tying in and I'm prepping for an emergency landing. It kept turning and turning and turning and turning and turning. And that's exactly what I wanted to see. Well, the airplane's not a ball of fire, so I think it worked pretty good.
Good job. It's a dramatic finish to the first show of the weekend.
It was a great show. Now off to Pit Meadows.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure.
In England, it's race day.
And here comes Nigel Lamb now, full throttle.
30,000 people pack the stands at Ascot.
Over the trees, drops down there. Of course, have to have the wings level through each of the gates.
I'm in the hangar, analyzing my lines, mentally preparing for what I need to do out there.
Yesterday, nobody was as fast as the Canadian air racer Pete Mloud.
As he heads for the 12th and final gate to take the lead. Yes, yes.
Qualifying first means today Pete will get to fly last.
Once they start, their tail wheels right off the ground. Yeah, right away.
Giving him and his dad, David, a chance to size up the other team's runs. But as he waits for his 11 competitors to fly, conditions at the track deteriorate.
We had a nasty cold front come through that's brought some strong wind.
Pylons begin to sway in the high winds.
Windy out there.
And race times are getting slower and slower.
Another one just went down.
Pete's advantage is sailing away.
I'm last to fly. It looks like I'm gonna actually have the worst position.
You know, getting a little anxious now. Let's get at it, you know.
Number 84, Cloud, you are clear to race.
This is Canada's Pete Mloud, fastest man in training, owner of the track record here in Ascot.
There is a lot of turbulence out there on the track.
Right away, Pete is fighting the winds.
And I'm seeing those pylons wiggle, and Pete's just trying to get lined up in the center.
I can actually feel the plane slow down as I turn into the wind.
Then, on his 5th gate,
and then all of a sudden...
Oh! Wings level through the gate.
Pete Mloud is battling high winds, trying to capture his first Red Bull Air Race victory.
I can actually feel the plane slow down as I turn into the wind. And then all of a sudden...
Oh, I knew it!
Whack. I feel the pylon hit.
Number 84, McLeod. 2-second penalty for gate hit.
That is a huge disappointment for the Canadian fans.
I'm out of the race.
That is his father, David Mloud, and well, his facial expression tells the story. Huge disappointment for Pete Mloud. Wow, what a round.
84 is inbound. 84, you are clear to land.
I'm a little stunned. You go from the #1 seed to win to out in the first round, probably last. It's a shock, not an easy pill to swallow.
I feel bad for Pete, you know, because he's worked so hard and, you know, had such a good day yesterday.
But there's no time to wallow in the loss. Pete's plane is packed up to be shipped overseas.
Got it, you got it.
To his next race in Texas.
Careful, watch.
This thing gets shipped more than it gets flown, I think.
At the second show site, on the Flying Circus's busiest weekend.
Yuck.
It's a bleak morning for Air Boss Donna Flynn.
It's cold, it's wet, it's yucky. Yuck. What a drag.
Yeah, we're definitely not at show weather right now. It looks like some more rain's coming. Nice day here at Duck.
You think we're gonna fly today?
Oh yeah, we got good ceilings, it's getting better.
It's getting better?
But as the rain tapers off,
We're starting in 1 minute.
pilots face another danger.
If the ceiling is low, they have a risk of flying into cloud.
In this stuff, you get lost in the clouds, you're done. Because we don't know if you're upside down or right side up.
Number 3, Voyager Mike. Black pits in front of you as engine started, ready taxi.
John Melby is first to test the low ceiling.
Go ahead, the airspace is yours.
I'm from Arizona, and it's blue skies there all the time. I'm not used to flying in clouds like this. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
There's John, he's up in the sky.
John, how do you read me?
Rick, I hear you. 555. Sound good, buddy?
almost like he's been catapulted up into the sky. Is that not amazing flying?
But moments into John's routine,
Who's that? Go get him.
There's a guy standing in the middle of the runway.
Oh, you're kidding.
What's he doing?
Who's that? Go get him. Who is that?
A straggler.
There's a guy standing in the middle of the runway.
Donna's worst nightmare
Oh, you're kidding.
has shut down her air show.
I look out on the runway, and there's someone right in the middle of the runway. I've got an aircraft in the air.
I've never seen it, and I can't believe it.
Where did you come from? Thank you. Here, and there's a walk down here. That closed the whole showdown.
Somebody came walking out of there. There is not one security guard over there.
Did you see the dude?
Which
on
dude?
the runway?
Yeah, I saw the dude in the runway. That's great security over there.
Yeah. Dude on the runway.
With the field finally secured, the show can continue.
Still scuddy here and there, but we're hoping it'll lift.
But only if the weather holds.
If it's raining, I'm not going. It's that simple. It makes the airplane so slippery, it's not funny. It's beyond sketchy.
The airplane flies in the rain, no problem. But for Carol to be in the rain is like having BBs shot at her.
A little drop of rain, when it hits 160 miles an hour, becomes a ballistic missile. It hurts.
I don't know about you, but I sure wouldn't want to be standing on a wing today.
I'm literally standing on the wing, waiting for clearance into the box, and it starts to rain.
We got some rain moving behind us, so it's gonna bullseye us right now.
She is not going out there if it's raining.
I'm done.
It's not even up for discussion. I will do a solo, we're done.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and do this by myself.
I started the walk of shame back to the hot pit.
The drive of shame.
The drive of shame.
Marcus, Showdown. The airspace is yours.
Smoke is on, and that means he's ready to show us some aerobatics. Marcus Payne.
Sent Marcus up to go have some fun, and I get to sit on the ground like a big fat boob and do nothing.
It's fun to turn back the hands of time and do a little bit of barnstorming.
Just as I finished the routine,
You know, we're losing the feeling here at the west end of the box.
the downpour starts.
I think we're going to be finishing now.
That's enough. We're done.
It was buckets. It was a wall of water.
The problem with rain is the visibility comes down, and then it becomes the safety issue.
By the time he landed, it was like Noah's Ark all over again.
Boy, it opened up, eh?
The crowd's scrambling. The pilots are scrambling. We're tired, we're soaking wet, but that's air shows.
At the end of a weekend like this, you're exhausted, you're happy.
Nice! Liquid sunshine.
Liquid sunshine.
We executed both shows. We did what we came to do. It's a crazy weekend, but it's nice when it's finally done. It's unfortunate because the end of the air show is supposed to be a happy, joyful, exciting celebration. Instead it was, you know, kind of a damp whimper. 2 drowned rats.
Next time, on the season finale of Airshow, a low fuel gauge
Burn out, man.
puts a Patriot to the test. Super Dave's dream game takes a dramatic turn.
I'm freaking out a little bit.
And
Who's out?
is a new partnership falling apart.
Trust me, maybe this is the beginning of the end.
Pete's back with a vengeance.
Is it Mcloud?
But will he make the cut?
Oh!
Plus,
I want to be part of the deal.
You're obviously not happy.
troubled times for Carol and Marcus. This time, on the season finale of Airshow, Super Dave's dream gig takes a dramatic turn.
And I'm freaking out a little bit.
He's fast.
Pete's back with a vengeance.
Is it Mcloud?
But will he make the cut?
Oh!
And troubled times
I want to be part of the deal.
You're obviously not happy.
for Carol and Marcus.
I have an issue.
Mama said he'd never make it. That spirit, no tears to cry. Too young, too dumb to listen. Cold courage strapped in a trap. Sun, sky, wax and sage. Smoke clears now roll away. Icarus the Greek must fly today. Yeah, must fly today.
Welcome to Fleet Week, San Francisco.
Over the waters near Alcatraz and the Golden Gate Bridge,
So I got one question for you. Are you ready?
the most anticipated air show of the season is underway.
Join me in welcoming none other than Mr. Sean D. Tucker.
Oh yeah, baby!
The top guns of the air show world are here for Fleet Week. From Sean D. Tucker to the headline act, the U.S. Navy Blue Angels.
Red Star Lead Show Bus.
It's also Air Boss Donna Flynn's biggest show.
Wow. Who would have thought me, a little float plane girl from British Columbia, would be doing this?
Red Star Lead, go.
Donna's feeling the pressure.
If I screw up, I hear about it. If I screw up too much, I'm fired.
Once a year, Fleet Week takes over San Francisco to honor the U.S. Navy.
The entire city of San Francisco comes out to see it. So there's millions of people out there. And it's the biggest air show that we have.
You know how to move the fuel truck?
50 miles away at their home base,
Where?
the Patriots civilian jet team
Jet 3?
gets ready for the show.
I'm concerned about your ability to do that as well as control that.
But the team has a big problem.
And I won't have an issue with it at all.
So
It's down a pilot.
Our very last show of the season, we lose our number 4 pilot.
We have a team member that can't fly this show. So Randy's going to step in and fill his shoes.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Team owner Randy Howell will fill in one of the most challenging positions of the 6-jet formation.
the slot position is right in the middle of all the action.
Front and left were good.
Although he knows the position because he designed this routine.
Thanks, guys. Fly safe. You good?
He doesn't have a lot of experience in this formation.
You're up.
In the past, Randy has replaced pilots, but it always puts the team on edge.
There's a reason that other jet teams don't have spare pilots. It's an incredibly difficult task. That spare pilot has to be spun up on the maneuvers and on the sequence and in the jet.
I haven't flown that position in over a year.
Be safe up there. See you back home.
Patriot 1 flight's clear for takeoff, 28 right. Flight of 6, airborne from San Francisco en route. Do you want me to stay here or head back to Show Center?
Show Center.
At the show site, there are serious hazards around the bay.
Right now I can see the fog hovering over by the Golden Gate. Fog can shut down my air show here.
As the Patriots close in, their safety officer, John King, call sign Sky, gets into position at Show Center.
Fog's already about a mile inside the Golden Gate.
Air Boss, Patriot 1 with you.
Patriot 1, show boss, how are you?
Doing great.
I'll call you down to the 1 minute.
We'll hold just west of the Golden Gate Bridge.
When I see the fog rolling in, I'm thinking, this is going to be a race. Are we going to be able to get this show finished before the fog gets here?
Power up 95.
Lead pilot Wilbur does a final roll call.
1's good. 2, 3, 5, 6. 4's you copy.
Everyone's accounted for, except Randy.
How's your radio score? 4, did you acknowledge? Yes, I acknowledge.
You have to remember, Randy is the boss of the team. This isn't his normal function.
Patriot lead, show boss.
Go, show boss.
Hey, the airspace is yours.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Smoke now. Let's have a good one, guys.
Your parade pass.
I like that.
What's up? Brake ready now.
We start the show and everything's going really well.
Wilbur and Allen, they'll pitch back to Show Center.
Everyone's keeping a close eye on Randy in Jet 4 as he lines up for a solo maneuver.
420.
Randy must fly a figure-8 formation inside the show box. But unlike an airfield, this box is surrounded on all sides by boats and spectators.
At over 400 miles per hour. He's pitching up just a little bit there, pulling up to 6 times the force of gravity. Might be a boarding there.
4, you got a problem?
I hear a call from John King. That's not normal.
How's it going?
Randy's not where he's supposed to be,
What the hell happened?
creating the potential for a mid-air collision.
I'm very nervous. I'm about to come into the box at 500 miles an hour. I don't know where Randy is.
4, what's your position? 1360 and back in.
Finally, I hear that Randy's rejoined with 1. Good.
Randy couldn't make his first turn without breaching the box. So he aborted and climbed to a legal height over the spectators in boats below.
I made what I felt was good judgment. Could have gotten violated by the FAA if I went over the crowd.
He did the right thing, but the problem was he didn't tell us exactly what he was doing.
Guys.
There are a few tense moments today, and we have to talk about this.
Flat path.
It's not a perfect performance, but the team will get one more chance at their final show of the season tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, Wilbur.
Go discreet now, they're waiting.
Across the bay, one of Donna's next performers has a case of stage fright. Super Dave Matheson made it on the invite list this year.
This is a big deal. I got the Blues, Sean Tucker. It's all watching me. This is the biggest show of my life. And I'm freaking out a little bit.
You know, I mean...
Dave and Tucker have crossed paths before.
And somebody said some bad things about him to me,
And I'd never seen him fly.
Blew it.
Dave would give anything to prove to the superstar he belongs here.
Right now, I'm really nervous.
Super Dave for the Airshow.
I want him to do well. I'm rooting for him.
Showboss, Super Dave.
Super Dave, show boss.
Go.
Move over show center for your start.
Coming over.
He's nervous. This is a big venue.
I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
I direct your attention way up into that perfect blue sky. Out through the smoke he comes. Super Dave. Rolling and rolling all the way to the top to where gravity takes over and does what it does. It sucks.
But as Dave lines up his next maneuver, diving low along the water, over San Francisco Bay,
Keep your eye on that airplane right now.
Super Dave Matheson is flying one of the most important air shows of his career, when suddenly...
Just missed a bird, Dave.
Sorry, Dave.
I missed a bird by about 2 inches.
A bird hitting me at 250 miles an hour can go through my canopy and just about take my head off. Lots of pilots have died from bird strikes.
There are some birds just off the crowd line here in front of me.
Okay.
It took a little bit for my heart to stop racing, but I was able to regroup and focus and just get back down to work.
Very nice, Dave. Thanks so much.
Super Dave, runway 2, right clear land, 1206.
I've got one more shot to impress here at Fleet Week. You know, I'm just hoping there's no birds tomorrow.
Just stand by.
Alcatraz is starting to go into fog.
At the show site, Donna's nemesis is back.
One moment the fog isn't there, and the next moment it is.
Okay.
Fog is threatening to shut down her headline act.
5 minutes.
I've got the Blue Angels. They're heading in right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the U.S. Navy Blue Angels?
Well, that lasted for 10 seconds. They're gone. They're done. That sucks, huh?
If this keeps up, tomorrow's show could be a bust.
Keep it rolling, Walter. Keep it rolling.
The air show's civilian jet team
Oh, man.
parks for the night after a difficult performance.
I think hands down that was the toughest flight we had all year.
Randy aborted a maneuver without warning.
What's your position? You clear for?
What happened to you in the Flight 8?
I had you in sight. I knew where you were. Then we pitched up. John says, are you having a problem?
Well, that was a clear breakdown in communication.
Well, I think it turned out fine. I mean, I missed the call. Rob hit me on it, and I called back. And they said, well, there was 4 calls. Really?
I think he was missing calls because he was just task saturated with dealing with everything in the airplane.
We all learn every day, and I learned from that.
Feathering it too tight.
Overall, we've got to do better tomorrow.
On the last day of his biggest air show,
This is not off to a good start.
Super Dave is running late.
We're sitting still.
Dave has to get to a mandatory pilot briefing in downtown San Francisco.
It's simple. If I miss the brief, I don't get to fly the show.
Everybody got a schedule in their hands?
Donna's about to start her brief, and most of the pilots, including Sean Tucker, have arrived.
Fleet Week's a huge show. It's huge visibility for us as airshow performers. This is serious business.
I thought an hour and a half would be more than enough time to get there early.
Grab a chair, because I want to get going as quickly as we can. If he doesn't show up for the briefing, he will not get to fly. And worse, he may not get invited back to Fleet Week.
I pull up to the hotel, and I hope I'm not too late.
If it's a controlled ditch outside the Golden Gate. So you'll be on stage 214 to 226. Dave made it to the briefing. Whew. He is now allowed to fly. All right, so you'll be on stage.
By early afternoon, 30 of North America's top airshow pilots fuel up for the final show of Fleet Week.
Fuel's a big thing for us. We put a lot of thought into how much fuel we're going to carry on board.
If the Patriots top up the tanks too much, the L-39 jets won't be agile. But add too little, and they won't have enough to finish the show. By now, millions of spectators line the shores of the bay.
The forecast is looking good, crossing all my fingers and toes.
This is the grand finale, our big show.
And this time, Randy, the stand-in pilot, is ready.
I'm looking forward to a personal goal of flying a perfect show in the slot position today.
Once you got your clearance, go to gate hold 12425.
Here we go. Departure, Patriot 1, Flight 6, airborne from San Francisco. Easing forward.
There's no fog. It's clear beyond the horizon.
Mike Whiskers at the controls.
But the Patriots have arrived early.
Sky, I'm expecting another 7 or 8 minutes. That's what I think too, Wilbur, 7 or 8 more minutes.
The team is forced into a holding pattern, burning up fuel.
Keep an eye on your Joker fuel.
We're in a hold, waiting to start our show, and I look down, I see right away
5 is Joker.
I have a fuel problem. It appears they didn't fill my jet up as much.
Copy, Joker.
Joker means, at this point, I have just enough gas to do the whole show and go and land.
Come on, we gotta get this thing going. Let's get started here. I'm running out of gas.
Ready to go?
We're ready.
Patriot 1, show us. The airspace is yours now.
Patriots, high show lights on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stand by smoke. Smoke going ready now.
I present you your Patriots Jet Demonstration Team. After the show right, here comes Howard. He'll show us the top-down view of the number 4 jet with a knife-edge pass. While Stash will execute not 1, not 2, but count them 3 air-on rolls.
I was happy with that.
Wonderful.
Right now, it's looking really good.
There you go. Woo, baby.
Randy pulled it off. He did a great job.
But just as the team builds to its grand finale,
5 is bingo. Copy, bingo.
Scratch is almost out of fuel.
Okay, focused.
In San Francisco, the Patriots are in the middle of an air show.
5 is bingo.
When Jet 5 reports low fuel,
I'm bingo fuel. Means I have to stop the show and head home.
5, you want to make the hit, the RTP?
Wilbur says, do you want to just do the 5-on-5 cross and then go home right away by yourself? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that at all.
We'll just drop out a couple of the delta maneuvers at the end.
with Scratch in trouble, lead pilot Wilbur has to improvise.
I said, Scratch, can you make the fan brake? Can we get one more maneuver?
We've been working towards this final maneuver all year. I want to at least do this final maneuver.
He reevaluates his fuel, says, yeah, let's do the fan brake.
The rest of it, Matt. Okay, you're cleared rejoin. Stand by smoke. Smoke on ready now.
Watch close. They'll break into 6 different directions.
Stand by the brake. Brake ready now.
The fan brake.
I look to my left and my right, as I always do, and it's looking great.
Hello. Perfect.
So what do you think, folks?
Excellent. Good show. That's it. We're done.
We pulled it off, and now it's time to go land the airplane.
Can you request some expeditious vectoring? We have 1 member that's low on fuel.
The team needs the fast route back to the airport, 20 miles away.
Fuel gauge is getting low. I'm starting to sweat it.
Come on. Here's now.
Scratch has to land. There's not enough fuel for a second attempt.
There is no messing around at this point. I'm down to fumes.
I gotta get down on this one, unfortunately. Put her down, man.
To finally culminate the end of this season, to land safely with one guy that's fuel critical, I think we handled all of those circumstances really well.
That was an awesome show. Cool. That was really good. Love to hear that.
And still pulled off a superb show.
There's 777. Up close and personal.
Back over the bay, the show's still in full swing.
On the surface, it's from the west under the gate.
But Mother Nature isn't making it easy for Donna's pilots.
We don't have fog today, but today we have wind.
Super Dave will get his last chance to make an impression at the most important show of his life.
I really want to fly well. This is a big, big deal.
It takes a lifetime to become an overnight success. This is hard work. This is serious business.
It's big time nerve-wracking. Millions of eyeballs watching you. We've got to nail this.
Super Dave, show up. Are you ready to go?
I am.
Go ahead. The airspace is yours.
Up he climbs. And at the very top, he just changes direction now and converts that altitude to the energy he needs to continue these aggressive aerobatics.
Got a little bit more wind here now, and it's definitely from the west. You're probably feeling it.
Yeah, totally.
The big challenge is not breaking the show box or Fleet Week. That would be devastating.
Watch the end of the box there.
If Dave can't stay in the box,
He's close to going up.
Donna will have to shut him down.
Got right over.
Close to the waves, using every inch of the aerobatic box.
He didn't break it. I'm not going to do anything. He's all good.
Very nice, Dave.
Hey, D, I'm out of here.
I've watched him progress. He can fly with the best.
Dave's becoming very mature in his technical skills, and Dave's going to make it, and absolutely Dave deserves to fly here.
That was awesome.
Nice.
That's about as good as it gets for me. But there's no time to celebrate. Now I've got to dash home for another air show.
Donna has one act left.
Show box. Come right to the box.
Fleet Week's big finale.
The United States Navy Blue Angels!
In the end, the Blue Angels got to fly. They put on an incredible show.
was awesome, guys.
Amazing weekend, absolutely incredible.
Some of the best pilots on the planet are here today.
In Quebec,
Out of the hammer.
it's the last show of the season for Carol and Marcus.
Break off. Right now, the act that we have is probably the best ever. It's tighter, it's cleaner, it's more dramatic.
We are both passionate about what we do.
Good job.
In a big picture, I think he's gonna be my friend for the rest of my life.
Push it out like this, then tail first.
Perfect.
But their final show
Whoa, whoa.
hits a snag.
Brakes jammed. It's locked again. Yeah, let's take the tire off.
They have to fly in 40 minutes.
There it is. The spring's been pulled.
No. This is kind of stressful right in here, you know?
I am aware. If I'm taxiing and that brake engages, the airplane's gonna spin around. That's called a ground loop. That could be catastrophic. Fortunately, the mechanic was able to bend the brake spring back.
We have taken and shrunken it a bit.
Shrunken it.
Yeah.
All right. Go suit up.
The right brake on Carol Stearman has given her grief all season. And so has her bad shoulder.
Third strike airbox. Fox is yours.
There is the performer for the air show we've been waiting on the most.
Race good. Heading down to the runway.
Then, just seconds after launch,
I have an issue with the aileron. You want me to bring the crash trucks up to the taxiway?
Off they go now.
in Quebec, the wing-walking team is in trouble.
I have an issue with the aileron. I'm going to bring it back.
Marcus is struggling with a jammed flight control.
He gave me the signal. It's called off. We're done.
The right aileron is barely moving, making it difficult to turn the biplane.
You want me to bring the crash trucks up to the taxiway?
Marcus has to land immediately, but maintain his airspeed to make the runway.
It's very unnerving.
If Carol tries to move to the cockpit now, she could be blown off.
She's in a very vulnerable position. I really prefer that Carol is in the front seat, sitting down when we land the Stearman.
And if the right brake locks up on landing, it could flip the aircraft.
I've drove it in fast, in case you didn't notice. It's like, we're landing this thing now. I'm not around. It's moving fine now. When there's airspeed, it sticks.
Carol and Marcus have a 20-minute window to get airborne or lose their final payday.
It's not good.
At the Texas Motor Speedway, it's not NASCAR racing this weekend. It's the Red Bull Air Races. 30-year-old Pete Mloud cut his teeth at air shows.
We're not here to put on a show. We're here to race and be fast and win.
But this season, he's back to compete with the world's top air racers. At his last race in England, Pete hit a pylon, a penalty that cost him the race. Now he's looking for redemption.
His first test flight in the track.
Pete's chief analyst happens to be his dad.
My dad's a big help at the races. Someone that tells you specifically where you need to get better.
He's in it to win. I'm the same way. I hate losing at checkers, you know.
Number 80 for McLeod into the track.
But on Pete's first training run,
They won't be happy about that.
It's not a happy place to be in a racetrack if you don't feel good in the airplane.
not feeling a race plane can lead to this. In 2010, a Brazilian pilot lost control and hit the water during practice. He was lucky to escape with only minor injuries.
And wiggle it a bit.
Pete's team dives into his Edge 540 to see if there's a problem.
Feeling anything, Dave?
I don't know whether it's me, whether it's the airplane. Not a great start. Really frustrating to be facing challenges in the racetrack. I know I can do better than this.
In Quebec,
it's happening when I'm going right stick.
Carol and Marcus have minutes to figure out why a flight control jammed.
What is going on?
Oh, there it is.
Right there.
Yeah.
This one up.
That's what the deal is, right there.
The control arm on the aileron was loose and catching.
I think we're good. I think we're good now.
And here comes Marcus now. Carol Ploud. Let's watch her fly. That's flying. That's barnstorming. Kicks it over. Imagine what her view is like from up there.
Bottom line, it all came together. We did what we came to do. We surmounted all the hurdles that were there.
Look at that, striking a pose. Give it up for her. Carol Ploud.
The audience was yipping and hollering all the way in. I like that we were able to get them jazzed about flying.
But after a rough day and a tough season,
So what the was that?
Just for time is
We're
how
good.
I'm feeling.
Marcus has had enough.
We are a team. She needs me, I need her. But that's not the way it's reflected in our arrangement. So that has to change. We can start to make a splash. But I can't do it just as a hired gun. For us to move forward effectively, it needs to be a partnership.
You're obviously not happy being an employee at this point.
No, I want to be part of the deal. You know, we could form a full-on partnership. I could buy into half of your airplane. I could buy my own airplane, and we can split it.
Well, actually, you've already made an offer on an airplane, and I
Right.
found out about it purely by accident. And
Right.
that kind of freaked me out, dude.
2 weeks ago, Marcus made an offer to buy his own Stearman biplane.
It's pretty killer.
I feel like you're kind of muscling in on my man.
Well, I don't feel like that at all.
Well, all of a sudden, it's like now it needs to be a partnership when I've been the boss. This is a big deal for me. It really is.
I
But you know
understand
what?
that.
It's like, man, I'm used to having my own, doing my own thing, and this whole idea of partnership scares the out of me. It really does.
In Texas,
Plane is real sloppy.
Pete's team has spent hours looking inside his aircraft, searching for the cause of his poor performance on the track.
Just like I'm behind, too slow. I'm behind the airplane. So maybe it's me. I'm not good enough yet. I need to get better.
But the air racer is out of time. Qualifying heats are on.
The last two rounds of the tour haven't gone the Canadians' way.
Pete rips through the starting gate to begin his 2 laps.
Pete. Pretty ragged that time.
Gauge number 6 right here. Will he be behind? Has he made up time? He sure has.
Pete qualifies with the fastest time on the course. He'll head into tomorrow's race day in the coveted pole position. The same spot he was in after qualifying day at his last race, before it all fell apart.
I need to go out there and shake that monkey off my back.
Home from San Francisco, Super Dave gets ready to practice for his final air show of the season.
I'm going from one of the biggest air shows in North America to one of the smallest.
And Dave's back with his new partner, John Melby.
The airspace is yours, yeah. Get ready.
To perfect our dual act, we've got to practice, practice, practice. And we just haven't had that. John's been too busy with his day job. It's frustrating.
As Dave and John start their practice,
Stand by for the pole. Ready. Ready, ready, pole now.
low clouds start closing in.
First maneuver, pulling up into a loop.
Still good. Who's out?
And he left me.
Just one clouds, Johnny. I called out. All right, let's go back in.
The deal is he stays with me no matter what. Dave got scared.
It's illegal to fly in a cloud at an air show. As soon as I saw the clouds starting to come, off I go.
There's a little trust issue going on in here. And we need to talk about that. Stick with me, because if I'm going through it, unless we go into the clouds and we're gone, we can't see anything, then you go out. Trust me. That's our deal. That was our handshake, and that goes way back.
This is absolutely vital for Pete Mloud's challenge today.
In Texas,
He loves to fly.
it's race day for Pete Mloud.
He's dynamic. He's fast.
Hungry for his first Red Bull win.
Nice cadence.
Pete's advancing through the race heats,
Come on.
fighting his way towards the finals.
A little late in that third gate. The vertical turn maneuver is high on the G, but good on the line. Hard around at 8 Gs plus. Will he get through quick enough?
54.712 seconds.
And he's done it! Mloud has gone through.
So good news, we're still alive.
Pete's made it into the last race.
Everyone's gonna have their teeth out and go on max power.
He wants to win, but you're not gonna win unless you're pushing really hard.
Mother Nature is cooperating with us.
At his home airfield, Super Dave's final show of the season is moments away.
Normally, he's at his airplane ready to go by now.
But Dave is missing.
So about 10 minutes before we have to go do our formation act. And no Super Dave. He knows better, so either something's going on.
Dave's partner, John, is not impressed.
As an experienced airshow pilot, you're there at least a half an hour prior talking about things.
I gotta go talk to the announcer. I don't know where he is. Okay. If he doesn't show up, I'm gonna do the solo.
Okay.
So now I have to go fly the solo act on a formation act. Not good.
With 3 minutes to go,
I had a nap, woke up, time to fly, walked to the airplane, got ready.
When I saw him, I'm like, really? I was pretty upset. You're supposed to sit down and go through a briefing with me not waiting till the last minute to show up to go fly an airplane.
It's time for John Melby and Super Dave Matheson.
I'm not in it now. I'm not in the game because I'm upset.
All right, folks.
Here we go.
We take off, and I'm just not there, and I don't think Dave was either.
Ready, full down.
Some of this routine was impromptu.
A slider, eh? Yeah.
We were making things up on the fly. It wasn't good.
That concludes the Chilliwack Flight Fest.
It's not how John wanted to finish their season.
Interesting, last minute showing there, because I already briefed the announcer that I'm going solo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if Dave doesn't show, I'm going solo. I don't want to get to that point. Get out the aircraft a little bit earlier. Come on out there so we can talk and I can see you. I'd prefer that because it just makes me feel at ease, so I know what's going to happen.
We need to talk about practice.
Yeah.
We're not going to advance without practice. We're way behind where I'd like to be. I'd like to be, around an 8 out of a 10. I still think we're out of 3.
My problem is all this airshow stuff, I don't have the time.
The bottom line is, if we can't dedicate the time we need, then I don't think we should continue with it, to be honest.
Maybe this is the beginning of the end.
In Texas, Pete gets ready to battle one last time. A showdown between the 4 fastest racers of the day for the win.
Coming up and over the top again, this time, the top.
Frenchman Nicholas Ivanov has the time to beat. Nearly 54 seconds flat.
I knew I had to put down a good time.
Here he comes. Oh, 0.14 of a second off the pace. Saw a little bit of a stall in that vertical turn, so he scrubbed off a few tenths there.
What happened there?
The line here is crucial. Is it Mcloud? Mcloud just needs to find a tenth or two.
Pete Mloud is seconds away from winning his first air race.
Saw a little bit of a stall in that vertical turn. Mcloud now. The turn and level is critical. Is it Mcloud?
54.66 seconds.
Oh!
The youngest pilot on the circuit will have to settle for 3rd place, half a second behind the winner.
Just exhausted everything I had to try to win. I tried.
All right.
But Pete's still number 1
Good one.
with his biggest fan.
So anytime you get on the podium, it's the win, as far as I'm concerned.
Please welcome Pete Mloud.
Never in my wildest dreams growing up could I imagine my life the way it is now. It's like I've won the lottery.
Another epic season
OMG!
comes to a close.
Amazing.
I'm Marcus Payne. It's hard to imagine what's next for the flying circus. This year, a new team
Dude!
showed promise,
What are you doing? What are you doing?
but hit turbulence.
Yeah, you have to take contact with me. I've got the box.
It's like a marriage. You're gonna have your squabbles and your fights.
Holy John. And you either fix it or you move on.
I'm not sure if some of these teams and partners will be together next year.
For others, the steady climb continued.
Can Pete Mloud take the track record?
At his next stop in Vegas, Pete captured his first race victory,
Great performance from the Canadian.
flying one step closer to his dream.
I will be world champion one day.
The civilian jet team, everyone said was impossible,
Ready, hit! Woo, baby!
continued to defy the odds.
Great show, guys.
But next season won't be any easier.
I've got to find more money to keep this team going.
The Patriots' main sponsor is pulling out.
It's not easy, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
As for us,
Seriously, dude? You kept engaging before checking that I was secure.
our relationship is still up in the air.
It would be unfortunate if Marcus and I split ways. I have no idea what next year is going to look like.
But no matter what, nothing will keep us from the sky. Because we were born to fly.
This time on Airshow. A new season.
This is dangerous stuff.
New battles.
Let's pop that! Offer!
Absolute madness.
Dave adds a pilot to his act.
Right now. What are you doing? What are you doing?
But is it double trouble?
Holy John.
And a painful injury threatens to shut down the wing walker.
Our season could be over.
Mama said he'd never make it. That spirit, no tears to cry. Too young, too dumb to listen. Cold courage strapped in a trunk. Sun, sky, wax, and sage. Smoke clears now roll away. Icarus the Greek must fly today. Must fly today.
2 up, 19 for 3.
It's been 6 long months since Super Dave Matheson flew his last air show.
A little tired.
At the beginning of the season, I've got to get my body back into shape. Got to get my G tolerance up. So it's flying every day as many times as I can.
After months off, Dave's bank balance is also out of shape.
My overhead costs are huge. So yeah, you got to make the money.
Okay, hold on.
But this season, the Bush pilot turned budding airshow star is doubling down on his career.
Melba Toast. There he is.
Adding a new partner and a whole new act.
Hey, Big Johnny. Welcome to Chiller.
Here he comes.
John Melby flies a 240-mile-an-hour muscle biplane.
Let's watch and see what John has for us.
Go big or go home is what I always say.
The Pitts S1-11B.
Please give it up for John Melby.
I met John, at my first air show ever.
Super Dave comes up to me and said, hey, how'd you like to have a formation team? I said, yeah, let's do it.
All his contacts in the States, we can get shows there. I can help getting shows here in Canada.
Dude!
Johnny!
How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Buddy, good to see you. You too. My wingman.
Good flight?
The new team's first show is only 2 weeks away, and John and Dave haven't had a single practice.
Got a new partner? Everyone's watching.
For this partnership to succeed, Dave needs confidence in John.
Yeah, we're just gonna turn it.
And his airplane.
If you want to do aerobatics in front of a crowd, you've got a huge responsibility to run a Class A aircraft. Yeah, you hear stuff rubbing on stuff.
That's on the inside.
Yeah. All this tin should be all replaced. When I had my first look at John's plane up close and in detail, my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe the condition it was in. Yeah, that's just shot, Johnny. And look at this. You got your rudder cables with fiber nuts on, not even cotter bit. He's an outstanding pilot. He's world class, but his plane's a wreck.
To be honest, I kind of neglected it.
Up and down, rattling.
'Cause I'm not a mechanic, all right? I'm a pilot. I know some things.
I would keep the number in the back of my mind, as scary as it is, of 20,000.
So the thing is, Dave, that scares me the most is the dollar amount, right? I got a lot of stuff I got to pay for still. This is why it is what it is.
With all due respect, though, but if you don't agree with this, I can't fly with you anymore.
He was very serious, which meant if I don't get it fixed, we're not going to fly together.
I think the safest thing to do is open everything up. Take the wings off, everything. Let's look at everything inside, outside. Holy John.
What now?
Look at this.
Oh.
At a remote hangar in rural Oklahoma, one of the circuit's last surviving wing walkers
Could I get you like to grab down there to pull out?
is getting ready to go out on a limb.
The start of a new airshow season means that we've got a lot of work to do.
Wing walker Carol Pilon and her pilot Marcus Payne
Star, third strike.
ride the skies in Carol's vintage biplane.
We go up there and we're flying and it's like, how can I be having this much fun?
But this season could be a write-off.
At this point, I'm going into the season not even knowing if I can wing walk.
A minor injury a few months ago has turned into something major.
It's adhesive capsulitis in my upper left shoulder.
Bring him back slow.
The fact is my arm is in excruciating pain almost all the time. I can't even sleep at night.
Reassembling her plane is only making it worse.
Putting the airplane together, I knew it was going to be a challenge with one arm. It was kind of less taxing on my arm than I thought it would be until I went and hurt myself. Then it was kind of like, ay caramba. This one could go all the way up here. This one just, it blocks right there.
Yoo-hoo!
Hey!
My two favorite women.
How's it going, man? Good to see you.
How's life?
What you have is a completely defunct wing walker.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Blah.
Carol has got a bad wing, and how bad it is, I don't know. So we don't know what the cause was.
No, but I think I heard it in Quesnel. I remember sitting on the ground. I looked at Bud and I said, damn it, my shoulder's sore.
Is that going to affect the routine?
Well, what I just did is got through the first build with it.
With her plane put together, Carol can finally rest.
I think this baby is ready.
While Marcus test flies the Stearman.
You know, ring out the airplane, because it hasn't flown in 8 months. Prop's good. Here we go.
Oscar traffic, third strike. Left base 17.
She's got a wounded shoulder. And there's a lot of thoughts and feelings. Can Carol do the wing walking routine?
If I can't figure out a way to work around it, and I'm not going to have an airshow season this year, it's going to be that simple.
Our season could end before it even begins. Could be over.
At a training camp in Oklahoma, Carol's biplane is back in business, but the wing walker is grounded.
At this point, I'm going into the season not even knowing if I can wing walk.
If Carol's season is canceled, it could also be the end of her career.
There's no way that I can afford to continue taking financial hits out here.
With her $90,000 baby and her future on the line,
Go here from now on, get my bum down.
Carol's not going down without a fight.
Carol's solution is that she's going to try to do this without using her left arm.
Here, this is my first hand hold. My second would be out here, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna do this.
Okay, so you're going to have a lot of forward pressure.
I practice all day on the aircraft trying to develop a routine that I wouldn't use my arm in.
Ready?
Yeah. And I hurt myself a couple of times.
Just let it sit there.
But Carol's determined to fly. So Marcus installs her 60-pound wing walking rack.
Poor Carol is wounded, so typically she likes to put it on. I hand it to her, but today that's not going to work.
Bless Marcus's heart, he decides to surprise me and put the wing walking rack on.
In order to put the rack on, the airplane has to be outside.
Well, I think we need to get the airplane in, dude.
I mean, it looks like it could hail or something to me. Feel how cold it's getting.
Just as Carol shows up, the weather shifts. It's moving fast, and it's going to move right through
They're
here.
like real famous for getting hail right here.
Plane can't come back in the hangar because it's got the rack on.
Ugh.
It's raining.
And he just didn't put it in. I mean, he safety wired it, he buckled it, he tightened it, he did everything. Come on. Damn it. It starts to rain violently.
Come on.
I'm standing on top of 40 gallons of fuel with a chunk of metal that's stuck up in the middle of the plane. The biggest lightning rod you've ever seen in history. And there are strikes happening all around the field.
Holy
Super Dave has just discovered an airshow pilot's nightmare.
Your motor's ready to fall off. Holy John. Look at this.
Oh.
Your motor's ready to come off and kill you.
His new partner, John Melby, has a broken motor mount.
Dude.
The motor mount is the steel frame that secures the engine to the aircraft. Large rubber washers like hockey pucks absorb the engine's vibration. But if a single washer fails, vibration could cause metal fatigue and over time lead to disaster.
That's really bad.
You are one lucky mother that you're here. This clothes are ripping right off. It really, really is.
Yeah.
With that kind of movement, this whole engine can rip off. And then you're dead.
It was kind of sobering when you think about it. It's just like, wow. And I've lost 55 friends in 14 years, killed, doing this. And they're dead because of stupid stuff like this.
Recently, extreme engine vibration ripped the engine out of a Stearman biplane. The pilot was on takeoff and lucky to survive.
I couldn't believe that he was flying air shows like this. It was brutal.
Do you quit? I'm not a quitter. Dave's not a quitter. I made a deal with Dave, and he said, if you're gonna fly with me, you gotta straighten this thing out. So we're gonna straighten it up.
It's a month of work that has to be done in half that time.
This one's gonna be tight. If we don't get it done, John's not coming to Mexico, but you can't rush it either, or you're gonna kill him.
Come on.
In Oklahoma, Carol Pilon scrambles to get her biplane out of the storm.
But before the airplane can come in the hangar,
I gotta get the rack off.
it's a race between weather and getting the rack off the airplane. It's moving fast.
Go, go, go. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna let you get up here and pull pins, okay? Let me move. I can't even see. Let's pop that.
This is a recipe for hail.
Oh, hell no.
Everybody is trying to scurry to get airplanes into the hangar before the hail falls. It was madness, absolute madness. Bedlam. Hail is lethal for an airplane, especially this airplane because it's fabric.
Grab that. What?
No sooner do we turn that airplane around and push it in, all hell breaks loose and hail, quarter-size hail starts falling.
This would be tearing my airplane apart right now. These things are coming down at an incredible velocity.
10 seconds more, that would have been all over the fabric and we would have had holes all over the place.
And because it's the only airplane we have, that would have been the end of the season.
Pete, it's here.
That was a good call, putting the rack on, bud. Unreal.
On the final day of training camp, Carol has one last chance to fly.
We actually have a sun in the sky, no clouds. I mean, it is severe clear out there.
It's all perfectly lined up right now for us to go execute, get this in the bag, and get on with the season.
The team will finally answer the big question.
Can she do this? Can Carol do the wing walking routine?
Clear.
Now we have to worry about, can she climb up into that rack?
It's a useless arm. If I use it, I'm going to cause further damage and possibly risk my life.
At 800 feet, Marcus throttles back to idle. It's the only way Carol can move to the top of the biplane without being blown off.
That's the most dangerous part of my routine, is transferring behind that prop glass, because a pilot can absolutely toss me off the airplane.
But Carol's injury is creating a new danger.
The transfer is substantially slower, like double the time slower.
She has to move as fast as she can, and I have to fly the airplane so we don't hit the ground. That airplane does not fly powered idle. It descends. It has the descent profile of an anvil.
The ground is getting closer. Obstacles are getting closer.
Marcus is running out of altitude because Carol is taking too long to reach the top wing.
That airplane does not fly powered idle. It descends. It's going down in the danger zone.
If Marcus powers up before Carol's strapped in,
the prop blast will blow her off the airplane.
Marcus can't wait a moment longer.
It's either the motor comes on now or we're hitting the ground. Power up, we're going.
Carol soldiers on, but is in too much pain to make it through the full routine.
We did enough to see that she could do this, but we didn't go through the entire routine from beginning to end.
Seriously, dude? I'm not tied in, I did not have my feet in the feet strap, and you kept engaging before checking that I was secure.
She was a little unhappy that I had to give it some power prematurely, but that was only from her perspective, because otherwise we would have smacked the ground.
I felt like I was running in molasses.
Well, it was a transfer in slow-mo.
11 seconds is a normal transfer time. What I'm doing now is closer to 22. We're talking about a 500-foot altitude loss. Problem is we start at 500. Yeah, do the math.
It's a shaky start to the season, with their first air show less than 2 weeks away.
There were some question marks that remain, that lingered. We won't know until we're doing the real deal, bottom line.
You cannot drop this.
Super Dave has spent the last 12 days trying to pull off the impossible.
Okay, John Melby's freshly prepared and painted wings. To me and my bright ideas.
Reassembling his new partner's biplane in time for their first air show in Mexico.
What am I doing? Maybe I made a mistake. Have I bitten off more than I can chew?
Now it's all repaired, welded. This is what it's supposed to look like.
Engine's here. We got 3 days to go.
It's a race to the finish now, it really is. It's beyond tight. It's extreme.
What I'm expecting to see is my engine and my wing somewhere near my airplane.
After days away from the hangar, John returns from Arizona.
Look at this. The wings and the motor's on.
It was just a great feeling. I mean, really?
Let's go, buddy.
I see you.
Good to see you too, man.
The airplane comes together. It just doesn't happen.
We're down to our last day, and we still have to do the test flying now.
Well, any last words you want to say to me before we fly, Dave, buddy?
Hammer time.
But hey, we got to start the engine up to see if it works.
You want to do it right in front here?
That's a scary moment.
Here we go. Clear.
And she fired up the first time, perfectly. It doesn't ever happen like that. It never happens like that. You always have something wrong.
Sweet. Dude.
Oh, it's a big step now.
But they have just 4 hours of daylight to test fly the biplane.
I'll circle overhead to when you're ready. I'll get in position.
And see if it's safe to fly to Mexico tomorrow.
This thing's been all the way down to nothing, and within a few days put back together again.
If it goes for complete crap, you got to bail, head that way, right towards that mountain.
Okay.
You won't hurt anybody on the ground over there.
I have a better idea. I'm gonna land at the runway.
That's a much better idea.
It's always testy and worrisome when you test flying an aircraft.
Dave, who did most of the repairs, will fly off John's wing.
I'll be watching it like a hawk. Every bit of that aircraft, watching for smoke, you know, any fires, anything.
Are you ready, Johnny?
I'm ready. How about you?
Ready anytime.
If something happened, I don't think I could ever forgive myself.
Okay, bring the coals to it now. Okay, make a left turn now. How's you feel, Johnny? Good. Right slave strut is wiggling a little bit.
Part of the right wing starts to vibrate.
Well, look. Yeah, no good, Johnny. Bring her back and land. Yep.
If it starts to flutter, it can explode the wing. And I just told him land. Land quick.
25, full stops away.
Well?
The right side, right wing. Slave struts wiggling. Engine sounds good. I don't have any issues with it, but I didn't get a chance to run it out.
Dave's crew chief, Mitch, zeroes in on the problem.
Aha. Nuts loose. She's spinning.
After an adjustment to the right slave strut,
Right down on the wire.
John takes to the sky while Dave watches from below.
Fingers are crossed. We're running out of daylight. This is basically it.
Let me know how you feel when you level out there. Pretty dang good. Yes. That's a ticket.
Beautiful. Plane's flying arrow straight. It's like, booyah.
Everything's working good. And then Super Dave and I are like, we're going to Mexico.
We're done.
Marcus Payne is crossing the continent to the wing walking team's first air show of the season.
I have to fly the airplane from Oklahoma out to McGuire Air Force Base on the shores of New Jersey. It's 1,200 miles.
Well, this is where we're going to be, assuming Marcus ever gets here. If something ever happened to him while he was transferring my airplane, I don't know if I could ever forgive myself, frankly.
Fire Tower, Stearman 263. Fire Tower, 5 miles south. Do you copy? Over. Do you read? Over.
The radio broke, and that's a problem. I'm landing at a major U.S. Air Force base. Very controlled airspace with no radios.
All Marcus has left is his cell phone.
So I'm texting Carol to tell the tower, could they clear me via text?
Listen, my pilot's en route. He has an ETA of 1630.
So Carol texts me back. You're cleared, runway 10.
My breathing just got a little bit better.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
I made it.
Thank you so much for getting here in one piece.
God, it took me 3 days to get here. I am between fried and crispy.
Marcus survived the long journey, but Carol's injury could still shut them down.
I have to have full confidence in my ability to be able to do this with just one arm, period.
Hello, Super Dave, you in?
After a frantic rebuild of his new partner's airplane, Super Dave touches down on a tiny mountain airstrip in Mexico.
Welcome, Super Dave.
Nice timing. Hi.
John Melby is just minutes behind in his newly assembled biplane.
The air show that we're going to fly at, it was just south of Mexico City, called Bahia de Bravo. Smoke on. Ready, break.
With the air show just 2 days away, the new partners get to work.
Contact you, push on you, pushing on you, pushing on you, going underneath you, underneath you, underneath you. Contact. John's out.
We've got new engine, new wings, and we've not had any chance of practice. Zero. So we're going to do the first probably 5-6 maneuvers of it. I don't know what it's going to look like, but we're going to find out real quick.
Safe flight. You too, my brother.
John flies lead,
Here's him. Pleasure.
and Dave must follow his every cue.
I'm bringing power up. Do it to it.
It's nerve-wracking. In my head, I can see it working out, but now we gotta prove it.
Right now. Hold now. I got you. Hold now.
The pilots must try to keep visual contact
Contact. Contact.
at all times.
Stage up 270 coming back. I'm still in the box.
But on their third maneuver,
What are you doing? What are you doing? Stay behind me. Gotcha, no worries.
In Mexico,
What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on back up.
Dave and John have just had a scare.
We're up in the air, and I lost sight of Dave.
On their first practice.
Yeah, you have to stay in contact with me. I've got the box.
The problem is I lost contact with Dave, and he lost contact with me. Not good. This is how people die.
We're gonna be out flat. Yeah, I know, but I'm still in the box.
That's exactly the reason why 5 years ago I said I would never fly in formation, and here we go.
But I was watching the whole way, but that was totally my bad.
Because once we're not in formation...
We're still new at this and feeling each other out. So it sort of shocked John and scared him a bit. Big mistake, I apologize.
There's a violation in our contract between Dave and I. In my particular case, Dave is my wingman, and I have to have this trust with him, and if it's not there, I won't want to fly with him.
In our world, if the contract gets broken, it's because you're dead.
Move the airplane out, I'm gonna start it and taxi it out there.
Less than 24 hours before the team's first show of the year, Carol has one last chance to practice.
The thing that we're really not sure about the most is the shoulder. It could be substantially better by showtime. It could be substantially worse.
Carol has to speed up her transfer time to the top wing.
She looks at me, I look at her, and she gave me a wink. Let's do it.
Marcus pulls back the power so Carol can make her move.
As soon as we pull up, I hurt myself.
She's obviously in discomfort. There's really something going on here.
Carol knocks 6 seconds off her transfer time, but pays a price.
Is it possible to pull a muscle, like in your ribs?
Yes. Totally possible. Absolutely totally possible.
Dang. I stretch out the arm and I pull on it and I'm like, ah! So on top of my shoulder, now I get to deal with a bruised rib too. Yay!
With an air show tomorrow, Carol will have to decide if she's able to fight through the pain and fly.
So instead of being less wounded, more capable, she's more wounded and less capable.
Hola, Dave.
How are you, sir?
Buenos días.
Thank you.
Come on, stop. Looking forward to see you.
After only one rough practice,
Ready, Chief?
Dave and John will launch their new dual act for the first time.
I'm nervous. Nervous.
Dave's a little shaky. He needs to step away from everything and take time for himself. Listen to me. You got it. You got this. This is your thing. This is what you do.
It's nerve-wracking.
I know.
I'm just worried about going out there looking like an absolute rookie that's no end way over his head.
5 miles away, on the shores of Lake Avendaro, the air show begins with a spectacular stunt.
Think positive.
I'll see you in the air, all right? Any problems, any issues, you just call it out, call aboard, all right?
Roger.
The local terrain makes for a dangerous show site.
It's a remote site. It's surrounded by mountains. It's over water. You're in a bowl. You couldn't throw more challenges at an airshow pilot.
Bye, Super Dave.
Safe flight.
He's on the roll.
This is going to be pretty much the most difficult air show I've ever flown.
Okay, let's see if I can mark this one up. All right, lead 2, permission to join. Okay, permission to join is granted.
In Mexico,
We're going to come a little bit closer to the lake. Understood.
Super Dave and John are about to perform for the first time.
Okay, let us know when we're clear to come into the box.
In front of 50,000 people.
There they are. Sweet.
Got huge crowds, the whole lake's surrounded by people. A lot of pressure.
Dave and John have had just one practice, and it didn't go well.
When you got somebody on your wing that's 10 feet away from you, you gotta trust them.
Showtime. Come in for the pull down. Keep it pulling back. Keep on pulling.
They start with a tight loop, 2,000 feet above the water.
I bring my throttle back.
He's outside.
You're good. Can you stay with me?
Oh, he's pulling it in.
During a routine, I'm not even looking at the ground. I'm looking at one thing, John's airplane.
Get ready for the break. Break now.
The dueling aircraft
Ready, knife now.
are a hit with the crowd.
We're on last pass.
Couldn't believe how well it actually worked. It was awesome.
All right, boys, we'll see you later.
Nice work, gentlemen. That's my key.
So proud.
And it wasn't perfect, but for how much practice we've had, it was pretty good.
Good enough
Yeah.
to catch the eye of a local legend.
Perfect.
Captain Roger Munez, known as Cappy, is the top airshow pilot in Mexico.
Cappy Roger flies a bright red Learjet. This is a business jet now, doing aerobatics at an air show.
Earning a spot on Cappy's Flyers team has been in the back of Dave's mind.
Thank you. Enjoy that?
John made the team 5 years ago.
Everybody in the airshow industry wants to be a part of this. They all want to be in a Flyers team. It was the first time you've seen them fly.
Yeah, I'm very impressive. So I think we can fly together with the Lear.
Dave will get a chance to try out for the Flyers at the grand finale tomorrow.
Good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Let's bomb it on.
Let's go.
Cool, Chucks, let's go.
Okay.
If Dave passes the test, he could score dozens of high-paying shows across Mexico.
We're talking 6 times what you get for a normal air show. I'll be over the moon if I get this.
Later that afternoon, Dave joins the team for a run-through.
Cappy, what do you want to do?
Yeah, well, we can open with the squirrel cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
A squirrel cage is, imagine a cage in a pet store filled with squirrels.
You're over here. Back over.
So is it you, Eric, John, me, off you? Well, now replace that with a bunch of aerobatic airplanes and Type A personalities.
And we'll just do a racetrack around.
Racetrack, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise.
If you're not watching where the other guys are at, what can happen is you just bust through somebody else's turf while they're flying and hit them.
But Dave's not impressed with the improvised flight plan.
Okay, what the hell? But this whole squirrel cage thing, no one knows what everyone's gonna do. It's not rehearsed. I mean, I know what you're gonna do. We're gonna call it, there's 2 of us. Now we're adding 3 more. I mean, I know they pull it off, but to me, it sounds like everything's made up on the fly. I have to fly by the rules in Canada.
Sure.
If I fly by and do an air show within 500 feet of invited people, I lose my ticket.
In Mexico, there isn't any lines. There's no Canada-American rules. There is no rules, none.
I don't want to come in as the guy that rocks the boat, but this is a bit chaotic. I'll walk from this whole thing if I'm not 100% confident that A, it's safe, and B, it's legal.
At the McGuire Air Show in New Jersey.
How are you feeling?
How's your bruises?
Stressed for time
We're
is how
good.
I'm feeling.
Well, I just talked to the air boss. We're all good.
Carol's on edge. Her injured left shoulder could still play havoc with her first performance of the season.
I'm a lame wing walker, you know. I'm not brimming with confidence over here.
With 300,000 fans watching, it's also Carol's biggest show of the year.
It's huge. It's monolithically huge.
Is Carol good to go? We don't know that yet.
Marcus Payne's gonna fly in that stable with Carol Ploud out there on the wing of the airplane. On takeoff roll, Carol Ploud's 450 horsepower steering out there for us this morning. The prop tips are just going supersonic, making that mark of the aircraft.
As Carol starts her move to the top wing, her foot gets tangled in her safety wire.
Got my attention real damn fast. We're descending. The ground is coming.
Marcus got the airplane slowed down, giving Carol just as much as he can.
Carol Pilon's in trouble. Tangled in her tether while climbing to the top wing.
There is nothing I can do about it, because I'm flying the airplane.
300 feet above the ground, Carol finally wrestles her foot free. But she still has to strap in before Marcus can power up.
Not a trust in your pilot.
We finally got our crap together. After a stressful start, we got to go and have some fun.
Putting her straight down to the ground. She's looking at that ground coming up real quick. That's right, folks. Give it up for Carol Ploud and Marcus Payne out there this afternoon.
Oh, what a... I was about ready to pop a surrender flag. I'm like, seriously? Really?
Yeah, I saw it all happening. I'm like, okay.
The team has pulled off its first show of the year.
Really happy to get it done and over with.
Came together.
It was all right. No part.
But Carol's health leaves a question hanging over the season.
Is her injury now aggravated because of this? Is it going to get better because of this? Unknowns. They're unknowns. We just don't know.
I'm not going to go crazy and do hang time stuff or down on the deck.
No, we'll just keep it out a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
After the pilots agree to fly further from the crowd,
500 feet,
and further away from each other, Dave agrees to fly the squirrel cage.
All right. All right. If he's the least comfortable of all of us in what we're doing, we go by what he wants to do.
I gotta focus and concentrate on what's ahead of me. This is dangerous stuff.
2 minutes to start. How the crowd is down there, Mitch? We are.
If Dave aces this,
Showdown.
he could win a coveted spot on the Flyers team.
Going vertical.
When you're on stage, you can basically do what you want, but the goal is to have a rotation.
Hang time.
So I'm up. I keep the airplane vertical and stay there, and another plane can come zipping underneath me.
Look next.
It's nerve-wracking. We haven't practiced.
Okay, Fletcher.
And also, I don't want to die.
Coming around. Hang time for Johnny. Okay, I'm gonna go past you, Johnny. Keep pulling. I'm on the top, Johnny. Coming back. Contact, Johnny. Okay, Luke's next. Returning in. Okay, got you safe. I got contact with rockets. Perfect spacing. Going underneath you. Keep pulling. I'm clear you.
I'm seeing smoke going up, beside me, behind me. It was a high. It was a real rush.
Well, that was fun.
And it was safe and exciting, and it really worked.
I got you now. I got contact. Swap up, Flyers team.
The team finishes with a formation flyby.
They look good. Look at that.
With Cappy's Learjet in the lead.
Last pass, boys.
The Mexican air show ends with a spectacular stunt. Cappy lines up to slice a ribbon strung between two human pylons.
That's crazy. We finished the air show. I don't know if I've impressed Cappy enough to make the team yet, so I'm still nervous.
And we decide on all the team, you're welcome to a Flyers team as wing number 5.
Appreciate it.
It was very nice.
When I got my team sticker to put on the aircraft and my team shirt, beautiful. Waited a long time for this. I thought I made it, I did it.
And this season could be Dave's busiest yet. Performing solo.
Looks great.
With the Flyers team.
Very good, buddy. Welcome aboard.
And with his new airshow partner.
John Melby is a great airshow pilot. He really is.
That was freaking awesome. That was awesome.
I'm a believer in Dave Matheson. And you know what? He's a believer in John Melby.
We kind of feed off each other's energy, and I have a way more positive outlook now for our future.
Next time on Airshow.
Watch up 500.
The Patriots push their limits.
Blue now.
To master a dangerous new maneuver.
You mess this up, you could hit your teammate.
A bad call.
Carol hadn't buckled her seatbelt.
Leaves the wing walker clinging to her cockpit. A young pilot takes a risk that could cost him his life. This time on Airshow.
Watch up 500.
The Patriots push their limits.
Blue now.
To master a dangerous new maneuver.
You mess this up, you could hit your teammate.
A bad call.
Carol hadn't buckled her seatbelt.
Leaves the wing walker clinging to her cockpit. A young pilot takes a risk that could cost him his life.
I'm going down.
Mama said he'd never make it. That spirit, no tears to cry. Too young, too dumb to listen. Cold courage strapped in a drought. Sun, sky, wax and sage. Smoke clears now roll away. Icarus the Greek must fly today. Must fly today.
And Byron Air Park, Bruni 7183 Victor is 25 to the southeast. We're planning to fly the GPS 30 approach.
Just east of San Francisco.
Thanks, Woody. Give me some.
6 black jets
Byron traffic 6039.
return to the sky.
Runway 1 and 2. Patriots check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 airplanes in the air.
6 again. There we go.
The Patriots have re-engaged
Missed this.
Always good to get back up in the air.
for their first practice in 6 months.
The first practice of the season is usually our worst practice. You just want to get back to where you were as fast as you can.
Okay, a little bit of G here.
The pilots have 1 day
Don't rush.
to dust off their dangerous routine
Get all the way around. Keep coming, stop.
before their first air show of the season.
Don't put any inputs in. Don't put any input.
Every single second of flying matters.
Yeah, I thought you were on the control.
No, I was not.
There's not a lot of time to shake the rust off. The rust has to come off right away.
You're clear to just go ahead and start your sequencer with your spins. Work it out and come on down to 800.
In British Columbia, 26-year-old Stefan is finally getting his first shot at becoming an airshow pilot.
This is a very big day. I'm so close I can almost taste it.
Last season, Stefan's flying skills failed to impress.
You're looking a lot lower than 2,000 feet. Maybe I set my altimeter wrong.
That's how you die. This season, the rookie pilot is back with a new attitude and a new airplane.
This thing is a rocket ship.
A 340 horsepower Pitts Special.
It's almost bit me in the ass a couple times already.
That's better.
This Pitts was also Super Dave Matheson's first show plane.
Winds from the west about 13, 14 knots.
Stefan must fly a flawless 12-minute routine in front of legendary pilot Bud Granley.
Something has to come out of this, pass or fail.
In the airshow industry, Bud is an ace.
What's your next maneuver?
I'll do 4 continual rolls.
One of a select few to decide when a pilot is safe to fly near thousands of people.
What Stefan has to do is demonstrate proper control of the aircraft. It's getting a little wind blowing us this way.
You want me to keep doing these?
Stay over the runway or the other side. Compensate for the wind to stay over the runway at least.
Pulled up into the hammerhead. I pivoted it around and I looked down and I realized, ah, crap, I'm not quite lined up with the runway.
If Bud thinks Stefan has broken the show line, he will fail.
We've seen enough. Come on, bring it in.
It's close. See what Bud thinks.
I taxied in, and I'm thinking to myself, I hope I passed.
In California, with an air show less than 24 hours away,
One's up 500.
the Patriots' first practice of the year
Tuners are boarding. I'm actually a little confused as to where I am. Flying straight ahead.
is falling apart.
I hope I know where he is. I know where he's supposed to be.
We have 6 jets spread out all over the place. That potential of hitting each other, it's all bad.
Man. Two is going to cross over the line and rejoin. Go.
Making it tougher this season
Okay, we'll do the fan brake to terminate RTB.
is the addition of a new maneuver.
Where are they going to end up? Right here.
A spectacular but risky finale called the fan brake.
We are in a tight formation coming right at the crowd, and then at one precise moment, we all split.
Each jet must pull away from each other at precisely 30 degrees.
Stand by smoke. Smoke on ready now.
Lead pilot Dean Wright, call sign Wilbur,
Easy forward left turn.
sets up the team for its first attempt.
Stand by the brake.
They have to pull the same amount of G. They have to pull the same angle away from each other.
Are we not climbing? I went too much, probably. Yeah, you did.
If people don't break out at the right time, there's a high potential of collision. You mess this up, you could hit your teammate.
Blue now, red now, white now. What happened? They're way out climbing now. Yeah. See, look at everybody's pitch. Terminate RTB.
think we've had better practices than that. Yeah.
Getting too old for this, man. See it? It's a little too branchy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks
It
like
needs to be more of a all-at-once thing.
Doesn't look like a fan at all. It looks like some sort of tree with a trunk and some branches at the top.
I think they want to, as a minimum, practice that fan brake one more time.
Wilbur wants another practice.
It's not worth 15 grand to go work on one maneuver for a fan brake.
But team owner Randy Howell is concerned about fuel costs.
Every season is very difficult financially for the team. We've got a lot of expenses.
Every year, Randy battles to keep his private team flying on airshow fees and corporate sponsors.
If we're just going up to figure out the fan brake, that makes no sense.
After his biggest test yet,
it's close. See what Bud thinks.
Stefan's about to find out if he'll finally become an airshow pilot.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I can't do another evaluation for 6 weeks. I've already booked my air shows for this summer. I hope I pass.
Ace Bud Granley will decide if Stefan has passed the test.
Well, Stefan, I got some good news and bad news for you a little bit. Actually, congratulations.
Really? Thank you. When Bud shook my hand and smiled, I knew I was in.
Yeah, welcome to the airshow business. This is the very first day of Stefan's airshow life.
I'm ready to fly air shows. Nothing's gonna hold me back now.
Welcome.
Okay, thanks.
To get to his first air show, Stefan must fly further north than he's ever flown before. 1,000 miles to Yellowknife in the Canadian Arctic.
I definitely didn't pick an easy, close air show site. This is gonna be quite the trip.
To Yellowknife.
Super Dave Matheson and his new partner, John Melby, are also en route.
Flying up in North Canada will scare the bejesus out of you.
There's not a lot of options. There's no airports around. This is a long way away.
8 years ago, Dave ran out of options over the Arctic. He was forced to land on a frozen lake after his twin-engine Aerostar caught fire. "600 miles into the journey, the rookie pilot runs into trouble.
There's mist, it's raining, it's just brutal.
Conditions are rapidly deteriorating, and the closest airport is still more than 40 miles away.
I'm thinking, what else can go wrong now? And my GPS loses reception. I'm looking for some sort of road or lake or something so that I can find exactly where I am.
Fort McMurray radio, Golf Kilo India X-ray, you're easy.
I just got that chill up my spine because I didn't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
Radio or terminal, this is Golf Kilo India X-ray, with special biplane.
A young pilot is lost en route to his first air show.
This is special biplane, Golf Kilo India X-ray, I see you're easy.
Stefan's GPS has just failed.
I just got that chill up my spine because I didn't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
Kilo X-ray tower. Okay, do you have a transponder reading on me?
His biplane is equipped with a transponder that sends a signal to track his location.
And your current heading, actually, you'll intercept Highway 63 in about 3 miles. That's going to be your best marker here to follow in. Golf Kilo India X-ray, all right. I'll keep my eyes open.
Thank God. The tower is picking up my transponder.
Kilo India X-ray, I have it in sight. Holy, that was scary.
And I basically followed the highway into Fort McMurray.
And this is Kilo India X-ray. Ground frequency, Fort McMurray.
In Yellowknife, Air Boss Donna Flynn gets the call she's been desperately waiting for.
What I need tonight is for you to get some sleep.
I'll try and get there as soon as I can. In the morning, I'm hoping to leave here 5 to 6 a.m.
Stefan must still fly more than 400 miles north.
He's young, he's new. I'm worried about his mindset. I'm worried about exhaustion.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
The Patriots are in a dilemma after a rough first practice.
I think they want to, as a minimum, practice that fan brake one more time.
It's not worth 15 grand to go work on one maneuver for a fan brake.
Personally, I would like to fly one more time.
Lead pilot Wilbur puts a second practice to a vote.
2.
Definitely like flying around.
3, 4.
Absolutely.
If the pilots vote yes, it'll cost team owner Randy Howell another $15,000 in fuel.
5. Yeah. Okay. 6.
You know, as much as Randy says he thinks we're good to go, we all agree we need to go fly.
The vote is unanimous.
This has to be looked at from a team perspective, not a Randy perspective. They think that it's in the interest of safety. So we go with another practice.
So we're not doing 2 full profiles, we're just doing 1 full profile for the fan brake to try and save Randy fuel.
Byron traffic, 6039's taxiing for runway 12, departure to the east, Byron.
We have one crack at this. We have to figure it out on this practice, or it's no good.
There's that red-tailed hawk hanging out. Show left.
Copy that, Zippy.
Corey Lovell, call sign Zippy, will act as the Patriots' safety net at tomorrow's air show.
I'm excited to take on the responsibility. I get to hang out with some of the best pilots in the world, smell jet fuel, and have fun.
He's going to be the air boss this weekend. Zippy's never done this job before, and it's a very important job.
So how far over this way are they gonna? There's another one right here.
Go spread cheeks.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's setting up for the fan brake.
As the team lines up for its new maneuver, Jet 6 is falling behind.
As I'm rolling out the formation, I can hear Banker. And he's pissed. And sure enough, he's wide.
Banker has miscalculated the power needed to get into position.
I look over, and I know I'm not where I need to be. I only have a finite period of time to get to that position.
We need to get Banker in a little bit farther.
Stand by the brake.
This is not looking good.
No.
Blue brake now, red now, white now.
Just didn't get there. I let those guys down.
The next time is showtime, and we got to get it right.
The Patriots will have to fly tomorrow's first show with an act that's up in the air.
That's it. We're going to the show with this.
This is July 10th at about 10 o'clock. I'm heading to Yellowknife.
After getting lost on his way to the Canadian Arctic, Stefan launches for his final push to his first air show.
Fort McMurray, Kilo D X-ray, rolling for takeoff.
GPS is working great. It's a beautiful day. Right on, we're good to go.
The rookie must fly another 400 miles north. A flight path that will take him over a barren landscape and a massive Arctic lake.
Yellowknife Tower 3-4.
Yellowknife ground, show boss. Is anyone going to be up on show radio?
In Yellowknife, Air Boss Donna Flynn sets up for her air show practice.
Oh, looking for tower.
It's now the morning of practice day. I have all kinds of pilots trying to make their way in.
John Melby is first to touch down.
Oh, I made the Yellowknife. Oh man, what an adventure that was.
But 100 miles to the south, Stefan is running late, and he's running low on fuel.
I'm watching the bubble in my fuel line, and it's going down.
The biplane has burned through its main fuel tank, so Stefan will need to switch to his auxiliary tank, riding in the front seat.
I flip the switch. It stays on for 2 or 3 seconds, then it flips itself off.
Come on, transfer. It won't transfer fuel. Why won't you transfer? God, I need that fuel. Yellowknife Tower, this is 5th Special Biplane Golf Kilo India X-ray. Do you read me? Yellowknife Tower, this is 5th Special Golf Kilo India X-ray. I need help. Sleeping Joey Charlie, go ahead. I've got a fuel tank that won't transfer, so I'm low on fuel. I'm not sure if I can make it to Yellowknife. Kilo India X-ray probably has enough fuel for probably 45 to 50 minutes. Okay, because right now your current speed I estimate you to be Yellowknife in 53 minutes. Would you like me to declare an emergency for you? Yes.
Oh, shoot, he's running out of gas. I hear Stefan declare an emergency. He's becoming very fuel critical.
There is an airport full resolution currently at your 9 o'clock for a small field. Do you want to go there instead?
Stefan has one chance to change the course of his flight path. A remote landing strip just 20 minutes away.
Does resolution have fuel? No, there's no fuel at full resolution. That has to be shipped in.
If I land, I'm gonna have to get fuel flowing out to me. I could miss the air show. Now I'm faced with a decision. I can land at the remote strip, or I can go across Great Slave Lake and try and make it to Yellowknife.
All right, thanks, Kilo India X-ray. I'm just deciding here. Keep me posted. I got 11, 12, 13, 14 gallons. I should make it. Kilo India X-ray. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go to Yellowknife.
Stefan is now gambling. He'll make it across 40 miles of frigid lake before his fuel tank runs dry.
I've got one option. That's to make it to Yellowknife.
60 miles to the south, Super Dave can only listen to the emergency unfold.
There's nowhere to land up there. There's water or rocks. There's nothing I can do at that point. Horrible feeling.
In Yellowknife, John Melby launches to intercept Stefan.
The hair is standing up on the back of my neck because I'm scared for Stefan.
Tower, this is H2 Mike. Can you give me vectors to the incoming aircraft?
About a 128 heading.
Yeah, I'm looking, I don't see him. Well, it's tough to see.
Yeah, you're chasing him now. He's at your 12 o'clock, 2 miles, 1 mile now, 3,100.
Stefan, is that you?
Yeah, this is Stefan.
I got you now, I got you. Stefan, I'm gonna follow you. I'll stay plenty away from you. I'm just staying in with you, okay?
All right.
You got a buddy up here. That's me. I'll be your friend on the way down.
And this is Kilo India X-ray. I'm just coming up on the land here, the island.
Stefan clears the lake.
Nice
Nice job.
But it's still 2 miles short of the airport.
You can make it, you can make it.
I'm going down. I'm going down. Fuel in the after, my engine's quitting.
You can make it, you can make it.
2 miles from Yellowknife Airport, Stefan is out of fuel.
I'm going down. I'm going down.
Stefan, take that road that's right in front of you.
Flying off Stefan's wing, John can only watch as the young pilot attempts to land on a narrow highway.
There's power lines there, and there's cars going both directions, so you could hit those too. Stefan's a new pilot. This is experienced pilot stuff, and I'm thinking he's gonna die.
You can make it, you can make it. Pull the prop all the way back. Hang in there, turn right a little bit. Nice job, Stefan. You're okay. Everything okay?
I couldn't believe I did it. I thought I was done.
A landing like that is like a 1 in 100 for him to land on that road. Actually survive that is a miracle.
I've seen a lot of things in my career, but that's one that made my heart stand still.
I just flew over 30 miles of water, and the engine quit, and the first highway on the land I set the airplane down on. This is stupid.
The fact that he was able to pull off the landing without killing himself says a lot about his flying skill. It also shows his inexperience of getting himself in that spot in the first place. So Stefan's first air show just about kills him before the show starts.
It cost me thousands of dollars to get out here, and then I'm probably not even going to be able to fly tomorrow.
The hard landing snapped off Stefan's tail wheel.
There's people flying around. I'm on the ground with problems. I'm sitting on a highway with an airplane that's not working. Great. This is fantastic.
Okay, Stefan, you want to grab here?
Yeah.
Just right at all. Like if you lift up too far out, we're gonna bend this tail.
Stefan is quite keen to fly at this air show.
Yeah, you're on.
We are?
Yeah, should be able to just slide up. Keep going.
First show, new site, no practice, and an airplane that has just been in a crash. Bad combination.
We got to make sure you're safe before you go flying again. Air show or otherwise. Air show has nothing to do with it, just flying the airplane.
In California,
If we just keep the angle pointed at you and let the wingman out.
the Patriots face their first performance of the season.
You see all the little hitches in it? Uh-huh. It'd just be a fan out.
With a new maneuver that's been nothing but trouble.
And that way, we're starting from a single point that then fans out.
If we don't do a fan brake right, it's really apparent to the crowd because they can see if it's symmetrical or not.
We're going into this, you know, a little apprehensive.
At the show site, a NASCAR track 90 miles from the hangar, the Patriots announcers have arrived
ready to go. So any little setback at this point, it'll be huge for us.
But the team's new air boss is missing.
We're quite concerned that Zippy hasn't arrived yet. He's running that briefing today.
If we can't find him, the whole box will be closed. No air show today.
At the hangar.
Not yet. Standing by. FAA is threatening to cancel the show.
It's becoming clear to Randy his team may not be allowed to fly.
It's 8 minutes till 8 now, and he's not answering phone calls. I'm concerned that maybe he was in an accident. I don't know where he is.
At the Patriots hangar,
so what's the latest?
Randy's jet team is on the brink.
The FAA said they were going to shut it down.
About to lose their first air show of the season.
He's got 9 minutes. They said if he's not there at 8:15, they're shutting it down.
The team's rookie air boss was supposed to be at the show site an hour ago.
If we lose this show, it could crush our reputation on the air show circuit. I'm not happy at all.
Zippy's the air boss. He's our man on the ground. No Zippy, no show.
We'd mess this up and we'd lose the future possibilities with NASCAR. I mean, that could be a big hit to the team.
Not yet. Standing by.
Stuck in traffic with a dead cell phone, Zippy finally arrives at the track.
I'm supposed to be there. The air show gets canceled, I'm gonna feel horrible.
He just showed up. So that's from Stryker. He says he's here, briefing now. Mojo.
Yeah.
12 minutes to engine start.
12 minutes.
12, okay. It was like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders.
Patriots check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ground.
32,000 pounds of thrust.
In the Canadian Arctic,
For our first journey.
an air show is underway. But the talk of the airfield is about what happened to a young pilot en route here yesterday. Less than 12 hours ago, Stefan made an emergency landing on a local highway.
Nice job.
If there's any way I can possibly still get into this air show, I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen.
It's going right, eh?
Perfect. That's exactly the way it was before.
Just like that?
Just like that. I'm thinking, maybe I can still fly this show.
Got a sec?
Yeah.
But Dave and John step in.
Me and John were talking about, as far as today goes, we talked about it and being at your first show and what you've already been through, which is pretty serious stuff. We think it's best that you sit this one out. Stefan's now got a huge decision to make. To fly not completely focused, or to do the right thing and bow out.
I'm sitting on the ground. I'm realizing, man, I almost just killed myself yesterday. I just had this scare in my life. And now I'm gonna go fly an air show? I'm not gonna do it.
That's a wise move, Stefan.
Good go. That's good. Very, very good.
Donna, when you have a second.
Sure. He tells me I'm not going to fly. Knowing how desperate he was to fly that very first air show, I was extremely proud of him.
Dawn, I said, I wasn't gonna let you fly anyway. But she said, I wanted you to make the decision.
Hey. Give it to us.
Dave and John
Contact.
tear up the sky. But Stefan spends his first air show on the ground.
Moving forward, I'm gonna realize that at any time, I can have a failure. I can't let my guard down for a single second.
It was a wake-up call to us, too, for us to realize how much he doesn't know. He's got that fire, and he wants to make it. The key is to make sure he stays alive long enough to see it.
At another air show, 600 miles to the south,
You guys slow it down over there?
No, we're not.
wingwalker Carol Pilon and pilot Marcus Payne get ready to fly.
I thought you said, are you slowing down? I said, hell no, we're not slowing down.
Well, we're good here.
The challenge this year is Carol's health. You know, she's got a wounded shoulder.
This season, Carol's been struggling to perform.
My arm is in excruciating pain almost all the time. Baggage compartment was full up open.
It's unnerving to Carol, and she gets nervous.
Closed now.
I expect it, I accept it, and I, let her hurl those lightning bolts.
Carol and Marcus have one chance to practice before tomorrow's air show.
So we're ready to go whenever you are. Airspace is yours. You're clear for takeoff, whatever runway you like.
The only way to do it is to get your body on the platform. Now we're gonna see how it works.
Because of her injury, Carol shifts further forward on the wing wires.
First maneuver. Wham! He loads me with a 4.5-point G loop. My hip bone kind of gets crushed between two wires, and it pinches like a son of a gun.
Unable to fight through the pain, Carol cuts the practice short.
The basic hand signal that we have is, it's okay, it's good, let's do it. So before every maneuver, Carol gets a thumbs up, and she confirms that she's good with a thumb up.
What I'm thinking is he's asking me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I give him a thumbs up. Except he's not asking if I'm okay at all. He's asking me if I'm ready to continue with the rest of the routine. He started to do an aerobatic maneuver. And I was not tied in.
A miscue between Carol and Marcus has put the wing walker in a desperate situation.
The next maneuver is a hammerhead. We go through a period where we're weightless. That means anything that's not attached is going to float. Carol hadn't buckled her seatbelt.
As soon as he bottomed out, I was frantically giving him a thumbs down like this over top of my head. And he got it.
Boss, Marcus. We're done. Roger, clear to land.
Scared the crap out of her. She was white. She was white when we landed.
So what the was that?
Yeah. We're gonna put the airplane in the hangar and we're done.
We're good.
Less than 24 hours before the air show, Carol must come to terms with a mistake that could have cost her her life.
The fact that I allowed myself to be put in that situation is beyond ridiculous. Absolutely unforgivable mistake on my behalf. That's about as big of a up as one person can make in a day, and it's all on me. All on me.
Timing, Zippy. 2 minutes. Copy, coming up on 2 minutes.
After being nearly shut down minutes before launch,
Patriots, high show, lights on.
the Patriots are seconds from starting their first show of the year.
Do you see the 3 prominent hay bales that are on the show right into the box?
Jet 1 pilot Wilbur leads the team over a racetrack.
Choose the smallest of the 3 as the right end of the 1,500-foot line and line that up with the pond.
Good afternoon, Sonoma Raceway fans. You're about to witness the foremost civilian six-ship jet demonstration.
All right, buddy. First showing. Here we go. Here we go. Little power back. On top 48, 160. Brake ready now. Little late on that call, guys.
The first maneuvers show the team is still rusty.
What I see, I'm not happy with. I think we can make it better.
That was real ugly.
We just need to tighten a few things up.
After powering through their 24-minute routine,
First showing of our new maneuver we call the fan brake.
Ready for the fan brake, go cheeks.
Wilbur lines up the jets to attempt the dangerous new finale.
Wilbur has to be bang on with his calls,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
so there's no risk of collision.
I'm setting it up and I'm trying to make sure that we're right on course, but I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out.
Stand by the brake. Blue brake now, red now, white now.
I'm looking over my right, I'm looking over my left, and everybody is looking perfect. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Great show, guys. Thanks, Zippy.
That was an awesome show.
It was a pretty damn good show. Yeah, there's a couple little things, but felt pretty good. It really is a testament to the guys on this team to be able to bring it when it's needed.
It's a show.
Good show, Wilbur.
Good start of season. They did a great job. They just aced it. It was a great first show of the season.
We got the first one under our belt, and the season is underway, but we still have a lot to improve upon.
Eyes to the sky, look out way out in front of us.
It's show day for the wing walking team.
I'm gonna go do a couple of walkthroughs while I've got some quiet time. I'm feeling a little wiggy about it. I'm not feeling that 100% confidence that normally comes with me, and I'm having a hard time faking it.
Yesterday, after failing to strap in and floating weightless, Carol came close to spilling out of her biplane.
Here I am without one on, and I'm in the front cockpit, and we're doing acro. People die when their lap belts break, for crying out loud.
And the transition happens here.
That got my attention real damn fast.
Come back around and land.
Okay.
I'll be gentle on the bottom of the loops.
Thanks.
For Carol, it's like getting knocked off a horse. Being scared of it, you know, it almost, you know, kicked her head in. And then she gets back on the horse.
Boss, Marcus. All right, we're taking the box, and we'll see you in the air.
Give her a big wave, ladies and gentlemen. Here she comes, Carol Ploud. Our circus in the sky.
I'm still a little leery about my situation. I'm not brimming with confidence over here.
Give her a big wave, ladies and gentlemen, Carol Ploud.
A nervous wing walker takes to the sky.
Now they cannot communicate via radio, so they communicate with hand signals to one another.
Can Carol do the wing walking routine? It could be catastrophic, especially in her condition. It's very unnerving.
Smoke on is the signal to me that they're ready to begin. So here we go. Let's start the aerobatics. She is not wearing a parachute, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that she's now moving and stepping toward the cockpit to climb up onto the top wing.
This time, Carol doesn't make any mistakes.
Felt good just to get out there and have fun at it again. Like, really have fun.
You see her flailing her arms around? That doesn't mean she's panicked or scared. That's her signals to Marcus that she's loving what's happening up there and everything's okay.
When we look down, and there's just air under you in your airplane, it's wow.
All of this hassle, heartache behind us on show day, great flight. Carol was happy, I was happy, crowd was happy.
The wing walker comes back from the edge.
Finally got our crap together, and it was freaking awesome. Vindication.
It's a risky business. No risk, no business. Bottom line.
Next time on Airshow.
Rocket, man.
Stefan gets a second chance.
He is about to begin. Whoa.
But nothing comes easy.
3 strikes, you're out.
Oh, crap.
The air racer is back on track.
It's racing. I'm out there to go fast.
But high winds threaten his dream. And an unexpected guest
Who's that? Go get him.
becomes Donna's nightmare.
Oh, you are kidding.
You see the dude on the runway?
This time on Airshow,
Costa Rica.
Super Dave dives in to his wildest adventure yet.
I'm ducking to get out of the way.
And gets more than he bargained for.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
The wing walker's worst nightmare flares up at her final show of the season. And the rookie pilot makes a costly mistake.
That's how you die.
Mama said he'd never make it. That spirit, no tears to cry. Too young, too dumb to listen. Cold courage strapped in a trap. Sun sky, wax and sage. Smoke clears now roll away. Icarus the Greek must fly today. Must fly today.
Super Dave Matheson is on an epic 4-day flight to make it to his final air show of the season.
I've got an air show over 3,000 miles away, all the way down in Costa Rica.
Dave's route has taken him from Western Canada, across the U.S., Mexico, and over the jungles of Central America. But Dave has some wingmen.
Howdy, boys. Good to see you.
Pilots Eric Hansen and Ken Fowler the Airshow duo known as Team Rocket.
There's a big, big risk flying over the jungles of Central America. Big risk.
We're gonna fly over mountains and jungles and oceans.
Wow, that's cool.
It's high-stakes adventure with high reward.
Just a fly on the beach for about 5 miles.
Dave has been promised 6 times his normal fee.
For a professional airshow pilot, I mean, that's like doing 6 extra shows, which can be, a third of your season for one show. Had to go, no question.
They're only 4 hours late.
Air Boss Donna Flynn arrived yesterday and has been waiting all afternoon for her boys to land.
I don't think that's our guys.
Donna's not here to run the show. She and fellow boss Ray Furcus are here to see how the adventure unfolds.
This is the very first air show in Costa Rica, so this was their very first kick at the can. There they are. Dave and his crew chief Mitch are exhausted.
That's a comfortable airplane, but after 15 and a half hours, it's not so comfy.
But that's soon forgotten when Dave steps into the limelight.
You're welcome, buddy. I mean, the vibe was awesome.
Gracias.
We were treated like rock stars. The whole country was getting behind this air show.
Thank you.
So, no, it was a big deal.
Costa Rica has hired pilots from all over North and Central America.
They've never had an air show here before. This side. So they probably don't know really what to expect.
I can guarantee one thing, we're in for a wild ride. Okay, and they're waiting for us.
Yeah.
Welcome to first air show in Costa Rica.
2 veteran air bosses from the U.S. were enlisted to run the country's first air show. Jim Tucherone and Bob Hall.
Team Rocket, Dave in the MX-2 and Skip in his bywing.
But at this show, the pilots are thrown a curveball.
We're set to do an air show, and then we find out there's actually an air race planned, just like the Red Bull air races.
In an air race, competitors fly through a slalom course at breakneck speeds. The fastest time wins.
No one here has done an air race. Not one of us.
Excuse me, remember that...
Gentlemen, one person talking. It's all about safety here, guys.
The extra challenge gets everyone jumping.
I'm not getting anything.
We haven't covered anything yet.
This briefing was out of control. Like, it was all I could do, not to tell everyone to shut up.
Thank you, guys.
It's not even about trust, it's about training.
The air show in Costa Rica was on Carol Pilon's radar. But the wingwalker decided to fly in her hometown, the last show of the season.
There's one simple fact with air shows. The sky is never so blue as when you're at home.
Hey, how's it going, Carol?
You have to be a rock star for real.
So what is the plan with your folks? What time are they getting here?
Oh, I don't know, whenever they get here. It's pretty rare that I get to actually have my stepmom and my dad at the same show together. And as a bonus, they got to bring the grandkids out. Hey, comment ça va, Minou?
It's very dangerous what she does. Her father really worries. I know that. He doesn't talk too much when she's up in the air.
I don't know that if I had a kid, I could watch my kid do something like that, but these guys have been behind me since day one. Gotta go do it right now.
But performing for the home crowd has its drawbacks.
What Carol is experiencing here is what we call hometown-itis. It's very difficult to do a show at your hometown because there's an added element of pressure from your friends and family.
After the Harvard, there's one act, and then it's us.
For this special hometown show, Carol's pilot Marcus loads up the Stearman with plenty of smoke oil.
When we're flying, we have this beautiful white puffy smoke that comes out of the exhaust stack, and it looks great.
A light oil is sprayed directly into the hot exhaust pipe of the Stearman. The heat causes the oil to briefly ignite, creating thick smoke.
All started here, Carol Ploud. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's do it.
Randy coming.
Marcus, you're clear taxi, your discretion. Marcus is rolling. Airfield's yours.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Carol Ploud between the wings.
Where is she?
But just moments into their act,
Look at the fire. What's with the fire?
Uh-oh.
What's with the fire? Dad, look at the fire. What's with the fire?
Carol and Marcus have just started their routine when fire erupts from their biplane.
I'm on top of the airplane. Marcus is on top of the airplane. Neither of us even know what's going on.
On the ground, everyone is on edge, including the air boss and Carol's family.
Hey, Marcus, we saw a couple backfires just now. We'll go.
After burning for 12 seconds, the fire snuffs itself out.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, Auntie's okay.
The fire was out, so we're good to go, and we can continue to do the show. And the crowd loved it.
Boss Marcus, last pass.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen, back on the ground, safe and sound. That's a wonderful bow.
Good job.
After a quick celebration, Carol inspects the damage.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Normally, the smoke oil is pumped through the exhaust system, heated and blown safely out the back. But because Marcus pulled back too much on the throttle during Carol's transfer to the top wing, the exhaust system cooled off and the smoke oil pooled up. When Marcus went to full power, the excess oil burst into flames.
I should have known better. It was really my bad. It wasn't Carol's bad.
It scares the hell out of me. That belly of the airplane is cotton and is absolutely soaked in all kinds of other oils and fuels. There is a real possibility of igniting on a sustained flame like that.
Leading cause of death among airshow accidents, smoke oil. Because when it ignites and it burns, it's hard to put out.
Marcus and Carol have some explaining to do.
I'm Marcus. I'm Lucien. Nice to meet you.
What's with that fire?
It's a heck of a thing to ask your parents to deal with something like that. I have to, at the very least, keep them as informed of what I'm doing as possible.
Scared the baby.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's too bad.
I don't think the baby cared. I think she was talking about herself.
Okay, bye.
See you later. Thanks for coming.
This is the last show. We're done. We've executed. It's all over, man. The fat lady has sung. Another season in the books for Third Strike Wing Walking.
In Costa Rica,
It's freaking hot. I drank like 60s already and haven't got enough canyon.
Super Dave gets ready to fly out of a jungle airstrip.
Like tons of monkeys. It was right out of Tarzan. It was awesome.
Go up here.
This morning, the pilots will rehearse for Costa Rica's first air show. And they couldn't have picked a more remote airstrip.
They had to bring in all the fuel, the smoke oil, everything.
Nothing's on time here, it appears, so.
Air boss Ray Furcus, who's supposed to be on vacation,
Doesn't matter that something, wheels fall off the cart.
sees trouble.
They've got 45-gallon drums of smoke oil. They got a 45-gallon drum of engine oil.
They have one electric pump, which can be used for one or the other, but it's an electric pump. You need a battery for that.
They fixed the problem?
They bring a car over. They have no cart to move the smoke oil around, so now we're moving airplanes and stuff around.
Gong show.
Practice was supposed to start an hour ago.
Are you gonna take charge of this?
Well, the guy with the smoke oil already gestured to me. You did we do this? So yeah.
Ray stepped in to try to get a little more organized on the ramp.
He's lead. Let's get him smoked up and everything. We'll move this back farther.
You could see it was a bit of a cluster.
We're putting smoke oil in here, getting all these guys that are smoke oil in the back end.
We were really glad that he stepped in and took charge.
The first pass is with all these aircraft.
Finally, the planes are ready to fly.
Let the madness begin. Vámonos. Ow!
It's hot in here.
Attack count for departure. Okay, roger that. Winds are blowing from the ocean. You're better off using runway 17.
We all need to practice. And you've got to see the show site. You've got to get familiar with the environment.
The show site is 9 miles from the airstrip, over water, alongside one of Costa Rica's most popular beaches.
Is it down to landing?
But as Dave and the first wave of pilots head in,
Who are you guys controlling?
I have the PA-28.
Why are they on this frequency?
chaos.
They don't have anybody speaks English, so now we got 3 people trying to control an airspace.
Okay, we'll just form up on you. Let's go for this time.
The practice is supposed to be more than a run-through of aerobatic routines. It's the only chance for pilots to try out a race course they've never seen. For the air race, pilots will fly one at a time around 6 floating pylons, then turn around and race back to the starting gate, all while staying inside the airbox.
The first pilot just blew off. We gotta change it up. So it's quite a job.
Nothing's working right. They're having problems with the pylons.
Super David MX2 is going back to base for refuel. Roger.
Oh, the wheels fell right off that one, man. No one knew what they were doing. But the race course not even set up. So our whole thing of viewing the race course, there was one pylon. One. Right now it's gong show.
But restless pilots,
We're gonna go play some.
with time to kill,
Exciting.
leads to this.
Guys buzzing people's heads and pulling G's at them. It was chaos. If I did that in North America, they would pull my license forever and I'd never fly again.
They're really not supposed to do that, but there's nobody there to control this.
You try to bring the same level of professionalism as we do up here, but down there, if you want to mess around, go for it. It was crazy.
Now those monkeys that we saw in the trees earlier are going bananas now.
Okay, this is Jim Titcher on the Air Boss.
At the show site, the race course is still not up.
We're running into problem putting up the pylons.
Bad news for a bunch of rookie air racers.
Hi, I got Liam on the phone. Everybody has to go back now.
The winds are so strong that they can't keep the pylons vertical, so they're gonna cancel the practice. We're gonna go into this air show cold. This is not a perfect situation.
You ready to move?
At a remote field in Costa Rica,
They got all the pylons up but one.
Super Dave and a dozen pilots
You're good? Excellent.
prepare for an air show.
I just hope these guys, just back it down a little bit. If guys start fishing around, someone's gonna hit the water. So.
Yeah, we need to get the other one there.
9 miles away, the turnout for the country's first air show surpasses all expectations.
Crowds were massive. 500,000 people showed up. And a few 100,000 people couldn't even get to the beach. They had to close the highway.
Donna has managed to make it through the crowds, but she's starting to worry.
If I were airbossing the show today, I would probably have a little more security. On the beach, there are people moving into the water, which means they're moving into the box.
The box is the airspace where the pilots are allowed to perform their aerobatic routines.
We've got to be on the ground in about 10 minutes.
And the man in charge of pulling off a safe show
It's on 23-7.
is American Air Boss Jim Tucherone.
We're playing by their rules because we're in their country.
Latin American shows offer big paydays, but even bigger risk. And earlier this season, 2 airshow pilots paid the ultimate price. The accident is still fresh on the minds of the pilots performing today.
All right, so about 10 minutes, we'll start strapping it off.
You talking to the divers? Skydiver? Yeah.
Moments into the opening act,
Here they come, here they come.
high winds and a poorly laid out landing area
Oh my God.
lead to this.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was ridiculous. They could have killed people in the crowd, for God's sake. The drop zone was not as safe as it could be. It's right up against a pier with a whole bunch of light standards, and far too little beach was cleared for them.
The air show was put on hold while the paramedics deal with the injured jumpers.
Oh no.
But before the box can be cleared,
What are they doing?
a rogue pilot buzzes the crowd from 20 feet.
Get him out of here and get him on the ground there. But they're not authorized to fly.
That is freaking crazy.
They have no regulations here that prohibit them from doing that. They definitely have a concern.
This is a disaster waiting to happen.
In California, a young Canadian pilot is chasing his dream. 25-year-old Stefan thinks he's on course to becoming an airshow pilot.
12.2 hours of flying, 8 field stops. My butt is really sore.
But it's all worth it.
Doing a great job, Stefan. Good position.
To fly with his airshow idol.
I want to be in the same league as Sean Tucker one day.
Good station to keep your skills up. I'm very impressed, Stefan.
Earlier this season,
So, should we go flying?
Sure.
Let's go.
Sean got his first feel for Stefan's aerobatic skills.
What's your altitude? 6,000. What did you enter at? I'm not sure. When did that happen? It'll save your life one of these days.
Now the superstar is offering the rookie a once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Sean Tucker has agreed to watch me fly, give me a few pointers, and have 5 of his mechanics take a look at my airplane, go over it and see if it's safe.
Do you see the airstrip below you? I do, I see it. I'll see you in a bit, okay? Okay, sounds good.
Mr. Sean D. Tucker.
At the age of 62, the king of air shows is starting to look for the next in line to the throne.
I love you! Thanks so much for coming out, and hopefully we'll see you next year.
I'm stepping into the process of potentially becoming a mentor for Stefan, but my decision isn't made yet.
So we're pushing my airplane into Sean Tucker's hangar, and I'm just like looking at all this stuff. I'm looking at the airplanes. That's fantastic.
These guys keep me alive. If they say it's not safe to fly, I don't fly the airplane. We're gonna do the best we can to get a good look at your airplane, okay? All right.
Sean Tucker's mechanics are doing a full tear down of my airplane. They're gonna take all the panels off. They're gonna check every nut, every bolt, every weld. I thought to myself, holy crap.
It's getting a little worn out.
That's a little bit nerve-wracking.
These hinges are just super dry.
You could tell that Stefan was one of the builders. I think it's amateur home built.
We found fuel lines that were rubbing. We found shoulder harnesses that weren't fastened correctly. Basically, it was a mess.
Tucker's mechanics fixed dozens of problems, and then
right there. Yeah, that's a big crack.
That's the weld is cracked.
That's pretty significant.
Holy crap.
A broken weld near the landing gear, that's significant.
The left landing gear could have eventually let loose and collapsed.
Landing strut breaks off on takeoff, he's in serious trouble. Landing strut breaks off on landing, he could flip upside down, a fire could happen. I mean, he could die.
After a terrifying start
Oh my God.
to the air show in Costa Rica,
These guys will just keep pushing around.
the pilots are finally cleared to launch.
I'll pull out, and we'll all be in the right order.
Everybody's fueled up, ready to go.
Dave and the others will fly in formation to the site.
Lead for pre-permission to join. S1F.
But some of the newer pilots have never done this.
Got a speed you will call us. I can do about 150. 12 miles an hour. Yes, sir.
Flying formation with 5 other guys, only 2 of which I know. Takes a lot of experience and a lot of trust.
1 second. 3 zip. 4 zip. 5 zip.
Zulu Mike, you can cross over the pier in 1 minute. We'll start the national anthem then.
Yes, sir. Ready.
Okay, tell them go to English and call. I'll talk to them.
Bienvenidos a este evento.
Zulu Mike, we're starting the national anthem. Okay, roger that.
Commercials at 30.
Moving out over the water, looking for it.
Now 20.
Ready, smoke on now. Got the inside skill. Very nice job, gentlemen. Very, very nice job.
On time, too.
Roger, on skip.
Their actual show line, which they would be flying down, is where the water breaks on the beach.
That's too close.
Yet I'm seeing people another 200 feet out into the water. So technically, they're flying right over the crowd.
No room for error at all. Oh my gosh, guys.
Right there.
Yeah, that's a big crack.
An inspection has uncovered a serious problem with Stefan's home-built plane.
That's pretty significant.
Sean Tucker's mechanics repaired a major crack in the landing gear.
No, that's good. Started right up, got good oil pressure, and I think he's good to go.
Now it's up to the rookie pilot to test his aerobatic airplane.
Right now I'm going to be taking this airplane for its first flight since all the maintenance. Let's give this a try. I got into the airplane and fired it up, everything's running great. And man, do the controls ever feel nice.
That's looking good. Yep.
I'm stoked. I'm excited.
Super. Gonna have a smile from ear to ear.
I'm like, this is cool. This is my airplane. I just had the best guys go through it. So I think I'm just gonna do a pass on the runway. Probably about 190 miles an hour. 10 feet off the deck.
No, it's hot dogging. It's why is he doing that? I know why he's doing it, but no, not good.
The rookie couldn't be happier, but Tucker's mechanics are not impressed.
Sean D. Tucker wouldn't like that low pass, I promise you.
That's awesome.
Good habit you should get into is to orbit, go to about 3,000 feet above the airport in orbit to make sure that the airplane is stable and secure. Not come back around and do a low pass. I already texted Sean and told him what you did.
In Costa Rica, Super Dave is cleared to fly in front of his biggest audience ever.
You can start your run when you're ready.
I was expecting this little air show, 50,000 people, and I'm looking down at 500,000. So it's pretty cool. I thought, just don't screw this up.
Hey, Banijay, you with me? Yeah, I copy. Start going north of town. Let me know. Roger.
Bring Dave in.
The box is yours. Box is mine. Here we go. 5,000.
Dave starts with an inverted flat spin.
Water shows can be more dangerous.
45.
Flying over water, your depth perception is low, so you really got to pay attention to your altimeter.
Comes right.
You up 19 down. We're free for 3.
As Dave pulls his MX-2 into a vertical climb, he's hit with a crushing force of 10 times his body weight.
Looks like you're right at the 500.
Shopping, I'll correct it out in a second. Double on this one, then I'll come back right.
I'm watching Dave right now, and he's actually, I believe, trying to fly a show out over the water.
With spectators drifting into the aerobatic box, Dave plays it safe.
We may be in Costa Rica, and there's no rules, but I had to do it with safe.
That looks good, eh?
Yeah, it feels good.
I am very proud of him right now.
I was so pleased to see that he could incorporate our rules.
I'm out of the box, boss. RTB. Thank you. We'll see you later. Ciao.
Yay!
He did such a good job.
Next left down, 117.
After a quick refuel, Dave must now face the race course.
Every performer at that air show has never done an air race.
In California, the rookie's test flight
What the heck? Oh, man.
has got Sean Tucker's full attention.
You would never even consider to do this on a test flight. A test flight is to make sure everything's safe. And he's showing off. Where's the maturity? Where's the respect? This is not the way you stay alive in the air show business. Professionals don't do that. Get it in your brain. You need to know that. You got to get that discipline now. This is a maintenance test flight, and he blows it. Does a high-speed pass down the runway, you know? He was just showing off.
And Sean gave me for that. I felt stupid.
I don't know if Stefan's mature enough to take this on. Have you simulated that yet to see how long it...
No.
This is not basket weaving 101. This is deadly. Okay, so anyway.
Sean decides to give Stefan a second chance.
I'll come in, and then I'll dive into the box, do the wing wigs, and then past center, I'm gonna pull to the vertical.
What's your maximum altitude gain?
Probably gonna gain about 500 feet.
Okay, that's all you're gonna get on the vertical? Have you ever really checked it?
Kinda.
Well, there's no kindness about it in airshow flying. You gotta know exactly your entry altitude, your entry speed, your maximum altitude. Okay. That's how you build a sequence.
If Sean likes what he sees, this flight could put Stefan on final approach.
I'm looking forward to it.
To becoming an air show pilot.
I'm really nervous. I'm kind of buckling myself into the airplane. My hands are shaking.
It's in the back of my mind. Is this the person that's going to take the industry to the next level? I don't know that about Stefan yet. I certainly want to believe that he's the guy.
Okay, young man, I got you in sight. You got the box in sight? Yes, I do.
We'll have some fun, man.
Very good. What's your altitude? Showing exactly 2,000.
Take it down another 500 feet. I just want to see how you do a little bit lower, okay?
Here, that looks a lot lower than 2,000 to me. Maybe I set my altimeter wrong.
That's how you die.
Okay, young man, I got you in sight. You got the box in sight? Yes, I do.
An airshow superstar
Class of fun, man.
is about to see if a rookie pilot has got what it takes.
He's maintaining his altitude. His figures are okay.
Very good. What's your altitude? Showing exactly 2,000.
Take it down another 500 feet. I just want to see how you do a little bit lower, okay?
Here, that looks a lot lower than 2,000 to me. Maybe I set my altimeter wrong.
That's how you die, you know?
Instead of 320 feet, I set my altimeter to 1,320 feet. Holy crap, I just set my altimeter 1,000 feet out.
You can't misset your altimeter. That's what gives you all your information. Airspeed and altitude. Airspeed and altitude. I would have personally failed him because you can't do that. You can't do that. I would have been more proud of you if you would have said, I screwed up, I'm going back. Because it's those things. It's those things that are gonna bite you.
I didn't know my entry altitudes, I didn't know my exit altitudes at all for the sequence I was flying.
You're not a failure. You got some good skills, but you gotta have them all together all at the same time.
You know, my heart dropped a little bit because I'm there to try and impress Sean.
I think he wants it, but I don't really have a clear sense whether or not he's even capable. The kid only has 300 hours of flying time.
If I don't give it my 100%, I'm always gonna wonder what would have happened. It's a tough path, but I'm not giving up. I know I will be an airshow pilot one day.
In Costa Rica, the pilots get ready for a final showdown.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna do the last one here.
An air race.
You know what? Let him set the course and we'll watch.
I've done 0 air races.
The cones are up.
They're gonna come from behind, so they'll just hold.
That's right, yeah.
500,000 people are waiting. But the pilots are going to have to wing it.
No training round, we just hit the course. So everyone's gotta be careful.
Dave and the pilots will have to race one at a time through 6 20-foot-high pylons.
Here comes your first introduction right out there. Very nice show. Skip, the box is yours.
You're 20 feet off the water, zigzagging around these cones, going as fast as you can get your airplane to go.
Ken Fowler, the airbag box is yours.
Hold over there right now. That's Dave Matheson.
I watched the other guys do it.
Myself and Dave were the last ones to race.
Nice job, Ken.
Ken clocks the fastest time so far.
Watch this entrance.
Super Dave, it's all yours. Bring it back in. Oh, yeah. Super Dave out.
I knew the time to beat was 55 seconds, and I had to beat it.
In Texas, another race is about to begin. One that will make or break Pete Mloud.
4 minutes, 4 minutes.
It's the final time trial to qualify for the Red Bull Air Races.
This is my last chance to get in the track and show them that I've still got what it takes to race at the top level.
And although he's fully recovered from his early season broken leg, today, Pete will have to push it to the max.
I still notice it. I won't know until I get in the track really how it's gonna be. But the thing that's always in the back of your mind is, you know, if you're not 100%.
I'm gonna strap in 10 minutes, Costa.
What are you gonna do when hits the fan?
At 25, Pete was the youngest pilot to fly the Formula One of aviation. But 3 years ago, the races shut down for a hiatus, and Pete returned to the airshow circuit.
You have to shift your whole apex.
The races are coming back.
Any down vector close to the pylons is not so good. We're in competition here. I'm not guaranteed anything. I don't have a tenured spot in the race. All these rookies that are here, when it comes down to it, they want my job. They get it done here, the cutoff's gonna be a 1:30 track time. You know, that's 1 minute and 30 seconds. I've gotta be able to fly my 2 laps and get it done.
Box is clear, air gates are good to run the course with Pete. Hello, Pete. How do you hear? 10 Mike, I'm 55. Okay, I'll start telling you if you're in or out. Okay. In. Questionable. Probably slightly high.
Pete struggles to stay inside the race box.
Just at the top on those.
An automatic disqualification if this were a competition.
Just a hair late on the apexes, sir. We understand you're out of the box? Yeah, I'm coming in now.
The first run for Pete there, you can tell he's a bit rusty.
I can tell I haven't been in the track in 3 years, that's for sure. I'm not guaranteed a spot, and right now, it's not looking good.
It's Judgment Day for Pete Mloud. Red Bull is running pilots through the qualifying course in Texas. The top times win a spot on the air race circuit.
Today's a big day for me to get back on the track. You know, some of the rust hopefully has been knocked off.
You can tell that he's had some extra time off compared to the other pilots because he's broken his leg. He's going to have to work a little bit harder than the rest of them to get back on the step.
Pete, you're cleared to take off runway 4 now.
To qualify, Pete has one last shot to fly 2 laps in under a minute and a half.
You're on the ropes, departing runway 4.
I want to be just going out there, nailing it, and putting down a fast enough time that they're going to say, hey, this guy's still got it.
Right, the box is cleared.
350 to 400 kilometers an hour, low level, high G's in the corner. Just rip through the track as fast as you can. It's just trial by fire.
All right, Pete, 1 minute.
I timed that around 1 minute to 17 seconds.
Very nice. Thanks, Jimmy. It's feeling good.
Pete's made the cut.
Pete's back. He's a rock star. Like an athlete coming back off an injury at 110%.
Feels great to be back in the track, though.
Glad to have you back.
That felt awesome. That's good. That's the one there. Yeah, that was cool, man.
Next stop for Pete, the first race of the new season.
Abu Dhabi, here I come.
I knew the time to beat was 55 seconds, and I had to beat it.
Watch this entrance.
At the Costa Rica Airshow, Dave plans to make his final performance of the season a showstopper.
Just pegged it full power, dove in from about 3,000 feet, doing about 300. I'm going around these cones with my wing at times, probably 6-7 feet above the water.
Do a damn good job out there on that one, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that felt good. Come on! Come on!
race.
Great job, Dave. Crowd cheering on that climb.
I am now officially the Costa Rican air champion.
All right, the clock's head back.
Dave ends his air show season on a high.
I came down looking for adventure, and I found it in spades.
It's been 130 days since our first air show. The season was a mix of highs and extreme lows. My name is Marcus Payne. As the season closes, I still wonder why we do it. Is it the thrill? The addiction? Something else. This year, some on the flying circus reached new heights.
I can always hear my dad's voice saying, don't give up. You can always improve. You can always get better and better and better and work harder.
He's come a long ways in a very short period of time. I don't think he realizes how quickly he's moved through this.
This is everything. He's put everything into it. I think Dave wants to be the best airshow pilot, not only to prove it to himself, but maybe to his dad as well. Dave lost him a few years ago, and I think he's still flying for him.
For others,
it's my dream to fly air shows.
The season was kind of a failure.
There's nothing wrong with failing. You learn from all your mistakes.
I'm not going to let that stop me from following my dream.
I think he's got the right attitude, but right now he just doesn't know what he doesn't know. Don't do that.
No.
You'll kill yourself.
For some, the season was a short stop on the road back to where they belong.
I have a lot of respect for the airshow world. I love it. You know, it's a lot of fun. But I'm happy being pushed and being at the top and competing, and I miss that. I don't get that in the airshow world.
Pete's an air racer at heart, but I hope to see him on the airshow circuit again.
For our wing walking team, the road ahead is less certain. Being a rebel, being passionate, doesn't always pay the bills.
Carol Peel underdog is probably as true a statement as you'll ever find in the world.
This was a tough season for Carol. I don't know if she'll make it.
Me, I'm just a girl with a plane trying to get by, man. That's all I got. Hell of a life.
But no matter what challenges the future brings, we'll fight to stay in the game. Because we live for the rush of the show, the roar of the crowds, the chance to feel alive.
When it just flows together right, it's like you're in the minute and you're living it. It's all yours.